fiery horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty hi-yo silver, the Lone Ranger. The hearty cry of hi-yo silver has echoed through the years from the wild and untamed west of yesterday. It has acted as a symbol of courage to the oppressed, a challenge to the lawless. Let us return to the west of old and thrill to another of the Lone Ranger stories, featuring the most picturesque and colorful character ever to ride the plains and prairies. As our drama begins, we see the masked rider of justice urging his great horse Silver down the trail leading to the town of Osage. Listen to those flying silver-shod hoofs. The Lone Ranger rides again.
Come on, Silver, old boy. Only a short distance left to cover. John was waiting for us at the end of the trail. Hurry, old Silver!
Many stories had reached the people of Osage about the Bruggen brothers, two of the worst outlaws in the West. But little did they suspect that the notorious killers were seated in one corner of the room in the cafe, where a number of men lined the long bar talking about them. Let us move to that corner table and meet Dan and Paul Bruggen as they discuss their plans for the evening.
It'll be a cinch to get away with the cash in the Osage Bank, Paul. There ain't but one man there, and he's too slow to beat anyone with the draw.
I'm with you, Dan. Only I still say there ain't no use taking chances.
Still hanker to shoot the banker, eh?
Why not?
Well, he ain't never hurt us none.
He ain't never had the chance to hurt us. Let him get a look at our faces and we're done for.
Maybe.
The reason we're still free is because we never let ourselves be seen.
You're the boss, Paul. What you say goes.
I say we're fools to take chances on being recognized.
All right. Shoot the banker, then.
If ever we do get caught, we'll swing anyhow. What's one more murder added to all we got behind us?
What about this hiding place you mentioned?
It's a humdinger.
How far?
2 hours ride.
Good. How's the ground between here and there?
No grass or nothing to show a trail.
Then we can get to the hiding place without being followed.
Easy.
How long can we stay there?
As long as we want. We'll stay there till we feel it's safe to move on somewhere else.
Good.
Now toss off that drink and let's get started. We've got some banking business it needs tending to.
Missouri, it rankles me to be so flat broke.
Don't rankle you no more than it does me, Sleepy. Here's the two of us stove in old critters that ain't worth a dime to no man.
Oh, when I think of all the cash we uns had a while back, and now...
Hey there, you two old mavericks.
Meaning us, bartender?
Meaning you, Missouri. You and Sleepy step up here and let me have your order. What'll it be, Sleepy?
Oh, I reckon I ain't drinking no more.
Come on.
We both ain't drinking, bartender.
Oh, I savvy. Busted, eh?
Flat broke.
Well, you were warned when you heard that silver mine that your luck mightn't hold out forever.
I ain't complaining. We had plenty of fun while our claim was good.
Now it's petered out and we're broke.
You ain't complaining, but you ain't drinking either. Now, come on, gents. It's on the house. Well, maybe you'd sooner have some chug.
Doggone, some grub would taste right good.
Then step right back into the kitchen and tell the chink to fix you up.
Now, look here. We ain't accepting no charity.
Who says it's charity, Missouri? Why, you blamed old fool, you could be giving the whole town of Osage. And it wouldn't be charity. Not after all you two of you done for folks around here.
Oh, we ain't done so much.
Not unless you call giving away every dime you got from your silver mine something. Why, Dad ratted the two of you made things easier for every poor family in the county.
Oh.
Now get yourself back to the kitchen and fill up.
After the sourdough we've been living on, some real food might spoil us.
Go on and eat.
Now, wait a minute, barkeep. Does that invite include a friend of ours?
Eh?
This Injun looks hard up and down on his luck.
Come on, Injun. You look like you could pack away some hot grub.
Me not hungry.
Oh, he ain't.
Me got plenty food.
Reckon he means it, Missouri. Come on, let's put on the feed bag. I'm gosh awful hungry.
Yeah, derned old fools. That's what they are.
Who, them?
Missouri and Sleepy. That's what they're called. They just can't bear to see anyone in hard luck.
Oh,
They thought you was up agin it and was willing to share a meal with you. They've been the same with every pilgrim and stray hound dog they ever seen.
them good feller.
It's a darn shame the silver mine run out. They deserve to have things easy, more than any man I ever knowed about.
Where? They're mine.
Off north of somewheres. By thunder, them two will eat free of charge as long as I got grub and a place to cook it. It's their pride that makes it so hard to do things for them.
Come on, boys. It's the bank. It's being robbed.
Hey, who robbed it? When did it happen? What was the shooting? Anybody hurt? Let's go. I bet it's the Brugans. How many of them was there?
2 men done it. They shot the banker.
Where'd they go? Anybody see him?
Anybody else hurt besides the banker?
Wait there, boys. Let me through.
Sheriff, old man Liffner's been shot down.
Anybody see it? Who done it? Did they get away with money?
They cleaned out the bank. I seen the 2 of them riding away like all kid out.
Which way'd they head?
Over yonder, that way.
Missouri, the bank's been robbed. Our old pal's been shot down.
Doggone it. Why in blazes has there got to be outlaws like them Brugans?
What was that you said, Missouri?
I said it's the Brugans, Sheriff.
How'd you know?
It's their style of job.
Missouri's right. The Brugans done it. Nobody else be honor enough to drill a man just out of pure cussedness.
There wasn't no reason to shoot the banker. He couldn't have hurt him.
To get men and horses. Call in the deputies. We gotta start a posse. We're gonna run them Brugans down. It was the last thing we ever do. You're sure it's the Brugan, Sheriff? I'm willing to bet on it. If it ain't, we'll find out who it is.
I've been expecting them Brugans to show up here most any time now.
Remember, boys, there's plenty of reward money for those who get them. Come on now, get going.
Sheriff, we ain't right along with you.
Not you, Sleepy.
Who says we can't?
Missouri, you and Sleepy are old men.
No, Dad Ratted, that ain't no way to talk to able-bodied men like us.
Men that go out after the Brugans gotta be hard-riding, fast-shooting mavericks.
And you mean to say we can't ride after them ornery coyotes?
The banker's a friend of ours. We want to help in running these killers down.
I'm taking the men I feel are best suited for the job. You two have done enough for this community. Come on, boys. Let's get started.
Too old, Sleepy. By thunder, we weren't too old to help the sheriff's wife when she needed cash while the sheriff was out manhunting.
What matter?
Oh, it's the Injun.
Me name Tonto.
Dad Ratted, I wish you could be riding with them men, Injun.
There ain't nobody but an Injun or a bloodhound could follow the trail of them Brugans. They just don't leave a trail.
Brugan feller, kill 'em man, huh?
Tain't only that, Injun. The man that was shot was our friend.
Yeah, and the sheriff won't let us go gunning for the rats that done it.
Maybe me helping you.
Oh, how can you help us, Injun? Say, maybe the 3 of us could go out trailing, eh?
No, you stay here.
Blast it, we don't want to stay here. We want to get them Brugans.
What's more, we can use that reward money. There's over $2,000 in rewards for the capture of them coyotes. And every man in town has a chance to get a crack at that reward but us.
Sleepy, no matter what the sheriff says, me and you are going manhunting.
Maybe Tonto help 'em. Here, white feller.
Hey, Injun, is that your horse?
Gosh, old fish hooks. What a critter that is.
Tonto ride 'em plenty fast. You wait. Maybe me come back soon.
Hold on, Tonto. Ain't you taking us along with you?
Get him up, white feller.
For 2 weeks, the sheriff's men scoured the country without finding any trail of the 2 Brugans. Old Sleepy in Missouri also did some manhunting, wondering meanwhile where Tonto the Indian had gone. We find the tired old men in their humble shack, discouraged at their futile efforts to capture the desperate outlaws.
No, it ain't no use trying to think otherwise, Missouri. We just ain't good for nothing no more.
Can't even run down a couple of outlaw killers like the Brugans. Dad Ratted, Sleepy, we are getting old.
And hungry. Doggone it, Missouri. I'd give a lot for a good man-sized meal again.
We might sort of drift over to the cafe.
Yeah, and get a free handout. No, thanks. I'd sooner starve than take charity.
If we was 30 years or so younger, we might have a chance of running down them Brugans. But now...
Come on in.
I'm looking for two men known as Sleepy in Missouri.
Well, you got the right man, stranger. What's on your mind?
You own a silver mine, don't you?
Yeah, but all there is to it now is a big tunnel. It petered out.
What makes you think it petered out?
Count of it ain't no good no more, that's why. You're from the East, ain't you?
I know something about mines.
A mining expert, eh? Well, you don't know much about ours. He wouldn't take the trouble of calling on us.
Did you tell an Indian about your mine?
Injun?
Yeah, we did, stranger. Remember Missouri? That redskin called himself Tonto.
Yeah, that's so.
The Indian knows about your mine, and I heard him making certain plans concerning it.
What sort of plan?
I was led to believe that a new vein had been found in that tunnel of yours.
Yeah?
Doggone it. No fooling?
You reckon that Indian's gone there and found a new vein of silver?
It might be well for you two to hurry over there and investigate it.
By thunderation. If anyone's tried to jump our train,
As long
I'll...
as it remains abandoned, you can't expect people to stay away from there.
What's your interest in it, stranger? Are you from one of the big companies aiming to buy up our silver mine?
I wouldn't buy it unless it proved worthwhile.
Wouldn't do no harm to drift over that way, Sleepy.
Why not? We can starve there just as well as we can here.
Do you have any mining supplies left?
Yeah, some. We got digging tools, a mite of blasting powder.
Then I'd advise you to investigate that mine as quickly as you can. It might be worth your while.
The next day, Sleepy and Missouri headed toward their old abandoned mine. As they trudged along the rocky trail, it was easy to see that Sleepy was still very skeptical over the prospect of finding silver ore.
I don't know about this, Missouri. Just don't seem to make sense.
What don't?
Taking time to go up here and look at that no-good mine of ours. We made sure there weren't no more veins there.
Maybe we didn't look careful enough.
It's getting toward dark now anyway. We can't go inside till morning.
Well, we can wait around outside. There's plenty of places to camp right around here.
I know.
We'd be blame fools to turn back now, Sleepy. There's a tunnel inside already.
Yeah. But I ain't counting on ever seeing silver in that old tunnel again. Take a look at it there. Don't it look downright ugly?
Time was when we thought it looked pretty fine.
Yeah. Say, Missouri, let's...
What the...
That sounded like a gunshot.
Thunderation. Who'd be popping at us here?
Hi!
Oh, that hit the dirt right near us.
Where'd it come from?
Blame if I know. Hit the ground.
Dad, it. Get that on your stomach.
Right. Lay dead for a second.
Here, edge over this way. We can get us some protection behind that rock.
Yeah. Ain't no use shooting back. We can't see nothing to shoot at.
Now get back here.
That second shot come close. Too close for comfort.
Missouri, them shots come from the direction of the tunnel.
Reckon so. But the direction don't matter none if they hit you.
The point is it proves one thing.
Yeah?
Someone aims to keep us from that silver mine, and if someone wants to keep us from it, then doggone it, that's a sure sign there's something worthwhile there.
Darned if there ain't.
Well, we might find something if we don't get shot first. Come on, let's take a chance.
The curtain falls on the first act of our Lone Ranger drama. Before the next exciting scenes, please permit us to pause for just a few moments. Now to continue our drama. You will recall the two old prospectors, Sleepy and Missouri, were on their way to an abandoned silver mine. When they were a short distance away from it, several shots were fired at them. Immediately, they became certain the mine was worth investigating. The next morning, the Lone Ranger and his faithful Indian companion, Tonto, were looking over the grounds not far from the entrance of the mine. The masked man is the first to speak.
So, Sleepy and Missouri spent the night in hiding?
That's right.
You heard them say that they were determined to investigate the mine?
Them think you feller from east.
I know they do, Tonto. When I called on them, I went disguised as an Easterner.
That's plenty good.
They thought I was a mining expert, willing perhaps to buy their claim if they would prove that it was worthwhile.
You show old feller that.
I think they'll find it worth the trouble of investigating, Tonto. Remember, I'm counting on you.
Tonto got plenty hole drill in mine.
Have you filled the holes with powder?
That's right.
And the fuses are all ready to be lighted? We want to make sure that when the two old prospectors do what I'm going to suggest, an explosion does just what we want it to do. I'm going to see them, Tonto. And in about an hour, you'll be able to light the fuses and set off the charge.
Tonto, keep close watch.
Missouri and Sleepy might need some help.
Them get plenty help.
Here, Silver.
It's pretty early in the morning. But the sooner those two get started, the better. By night, I hope they'll find themselves rich men again.
Them good feller.
That's the reason I want to help them if it's possible.
Yep. I'll head for their camp now. Come on, Silver.
By ginger. Sleeping outdoors makes me stiff as a pine board, Sleepy.
Me too. Get yourself up and move around a little, Missouri. Then you'll be all right.
You been up for long?
Yeah, just a couple of minutes. We got a lot of work to do today.
We sure enough have. We're going to get our mine back and see if there ain't some silver to be found in there.
Hey, ain't that a horse coming this way?
Sounds like. Maybe that's the critter that's holding possession of our mine.
Oh, there, Silver. Oh,
Hey, he's masked.
Well, what the Sam Hill?
Stick up your hands, mister. We aim to talk to you.
Put your guns down, men. I'm here as a friend of yours.
But you're masked, Dad Rabbit. What's the big idea of that?
You men are heading for certain death if you think you can walk into that mine and take possession of it.
Oh, so you come from there to give us a warning, eh?
Well, we're a couple of old galoots. But by ginger, what's ours is ours. And we're going to fight for it.
You won't have a chance fighting.
Who says we won't?
Just you and your pards over yonder try and stop us, mister.
I'm not with the men over yonder. I came to tell you one way you could outwit them.
Yeah? What's your interest in a couple of old critters like us, mister?
The men inside that tunnel will be hidden from you, but you'll make easy targets for them.
We'll take our chances.
You have some blasting powder here, haven't you?
Yeah, what of it?
Fix some of it in a bundle and attach a piece of fuse.
Yeah?
Then get as close to the mouth of the tunnel as you can. Light the fuse and throw the bundle into the tunnel.
What's that for?
The blast might fill the mouth and seal the men inside it. The only way they could escape would be by the air shaft at the rear. If you were at the outside of that shaft, you could make them surrender to you.
No, that wouldn't work, mister.
Why?
That air shaft's just straight holes, like a chimbley. Goes straight up. Man couldn't climb out of that.
My pard's right, mister.
You can let a rope down and haul them out. That would be the best way to capture them and make them stand trial for stealing your silver.
Dan Rabbit, you talk like there was silver in there.
Didn't you come here to get it?
But we, look here. Who in tarnation are you, anyhow?
I came here as a friend to help you get the men who have taken possession of your silver mine. Perhaps they're enemies of mine as well as yours.
I begin to savvy. They done you out of your share of some deal, eh?
You can think what you please.
You figured to get even with them by having us taken prisoners, ain't that it?
Perhaps it is. Take the plan or leave it, whichever you like. I've given it to you for what it's worth.
Why didn't you try that plan yourself? You're so dead set on seeing whoever's inside our tunnel captured.
You think I could take them to trial? They haven't taken possession of my mine.
By thunder, that's right, Missouri. It's our property they've taken, ain't it? We're the ones that have to take them to the judge.
Furthermore, you have blasting powder. I don't have.
Yeah, that's so.
I'm for trying this stranger's idea, Sleepy. Maybe you are not wrong, mister, with that mask on your face. But I like the style of your talk.
If you're for it, Pard, then I'm for it, too. We'll probably get our heads blowed off, but then that'll keep us from getting hungry again. Come on.
partner went about the task of attaching the fuse. The Lone Ranger slipped quietly away, permitting the two old prospectors to believe that he was an outlaw. When they had the powder and fuse ready, the men crept to a spot a few yards away from the tunnel entrance.
Got that fuse fixed right, Missouri?
Yeah, it's powerful short, but I reckon it'll do.
Which one of us better do the throw-in, Missouri?
No. We've got to do it from here, though, or we'll be seen.
Got a light?
Yeah?
Careful with it.
I know how to do this.
You better throw it, Missouri. We got to make her land in the side of the hill, just above the tunnel entrance.
Leave it to me. Here goes the match.
Now for it.
Hold her steady while I light that blasted fuse.
Yeah?
There. She's catching. Throw it, quick. There she goes. Fall flat down on the ground. I'm down. Now hold your ears. Did it hit right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it did. Look, the entrance is closed.
We got him trapped.
Hit it right square.
You done just swell, Missouri. We sure blocked the tunnel that time.
All right, Sleepy. We're heading for the air shaft atop the hill.
And when we get there, we'll sit and wait till them coyotes get good and tired of worrying about getting out.
Sleepy and Missouri scrambled up the side of the hill to the air shaft and waited there for quite some time. They didn't know that while they were watching the opening, Tonto was racing toward the town to bring the sheriff and his men. Finally, Sleepy said,
I reckon we can try and help them coyotes now, Missouri.
Yep. I'll try and talk to them. Hey, down there! We got you covered. And if you want to come out alive, you better surrender.
I wonder if they can hear you.
Hey, you! You can't get out there unless we haul you out with a rope. So you better surrender or we'll leave you to starve.
Gosh, I hope we ain't killed them with that blast.
Ah, they're down there all right. I heard them moving around a couple of times. You fellas coming up? Are you going to make us drop some blasting powder down this hole?
By ginger, Missouri, we catch them all right. Now we can take them in to stand trial, then come back and see what they've been stealing from our silver mines.
Hand me that rope, Sleepy.
Yeah.
I'll take my own time to get you thieving coyotes out of there. I'll drop down a rope and you tie your guns to it first. When we get your guns, here's a rope coming down. Tie your guns on it and be quick. You know, you take a chance with him, Sleepy, you know.
All right. All right.
Here, I'll give you a hand.
Yeah, come on, man. There we are. Untie the gun, Sleepy.
Well, that's it. Put that rope down again.
She's a-coming. But remember, we'll drill you critters if you try any tricks on us.
We won't.
Grab a hold now and we'll haul you up.
Wait till I get a hold, Missouri. There now.
Haul now.
Don't let her slip now.
My pod's still down there.
Well, we'll get him out pronto. Now you stand by and don't try nothing.
You ain't gonna drill me?
Not if you behave. All we want is for you to take us back into the silver mine and tell us where the new vein's at.
Vein?
Hey, you hold the gun on him, Sleepy. Stand still there till we get the part out. Grab a hold there and come on out.
How many of you is there?
Just the two of us?
Here, give us a hand in hauling your part out.
Yeah.
These holes, take it easy. I thought we found silver in there, and all I want is a mine. Huh? I don't know it. Gosh. We're downright sorry we was in your mines, Gents, and we'll... Now, you blame old fool, stick 'em out.
That's it.
He's got another gun.
Oh, you didn't know us, huh?
It's about time you met the Bruggen brothers.
Holy mackerel, the Bruggen.
The Bruggins is right. We ain't letting you go back and tell the sheriff you found us.
It'd be a downright disgrace to be catched by a couple Stovian old fools like you two.
Let's drill 'em and toss 'em down in there.
Now look here, Bruggen, you ornery killing skunk. We ain't done nothing to you.
We didn't figure you was the Bruggen. We figured you was just a couple hombres that found silver in our mines.
Silver? All that holds good for is hiding. And I reckon it'll hide you two from now till doomsday.
I doubt that,
What?
Broogan.
Why, the masked man.
Oh, the hell! Look out! Oh, my hands! If you force me to fire again, I'll do more than shoot your guns away.
Stranger, these are the Brugans. There's a reward out for them.
I know that.
And you got 'em.
No, you two men got them. You see, Tonto managed to trail them to the tunnel, but he wanted you to make the capture, and he didn't want you killed while doing it. Keep them covered now. The sheriff and his posse are coming to help you.
But how'd the sheriff know?
I'll kill you for this, mister, if it takes
Your
until
killing days are over, Bruggen.
If you raise a hand against the masked man, then I won't wait for the sheriff to come. I'll deal with you right here and now.
I happened to find out how much good you did with the money from your silver mine. You helped a lot of people, and it's about time someone helped you.
You saved our lives. That's what you done, mister.
I told you there might be silver in your mine. There is, but not as you thought. The rewards that are standing for the capture of these two men will amount to quite a sum.
Here. Oh, hey, boys. Look at the door. And they got the Brugans.
It ain't us, Sheriff. It's that masked man. He told us there was men here, and he told us how to trap them.
You as the boys holding the guns on them coyotes. Rope 'em in, and let's get 'em into town. At last we got the Brugans.
And the laugh's on you, Sheriff. You said old Sleepy in Missouri wasn't fit to travel with a posse.
Well, I'm doggone glad they didn't. The posse didn't get no place. But Missouri and Sleepy sure enough did. Get them critters herded and back to town now, boys. Make it fast.
But the reward. There's the man that's entitled to them, Sheriff.
Well, looks like he wasn't interested in no reward, Missouri.
Rather, there's things I don't savvy about this, Sheriff.
Me too. I wonder if it ain't that masked man fired the shots that made us figure someone was inside that tunnel.
And the same with that there blasting powder. It landed a long ways from where it was supposed to land, and yet when it went off, the explosion was right above the tunnel where it do the most good. There's lots that needs explaining.
Yeah.
Sleepy, that mine warn't no good, and the masked man knowed it. All he wanted was for us to capture the two Brugans so we'd get that reward money.
And thanks to him, we don't never have to worry about food and sich again.
The story you have just heard is a copyrighted feature of the Lone Ranger Incorporated.
Friends, the Crazy Water Company presents your Crazy Radio Gang and invites you to enjoy the next few minutes as their guest. Now, as the program runs its transcribed length, you're going to hear various instruments, played by our good friend Richie and Sammy, and you're going to hear Doc and Julian, Jake, Elmer, Edwin, and Edward. Yours truly. I don't think we missed anybody. All we got to do now is lasso Richie away from that microphone and cut off the theme. Whoa, Richie! Hey! Oh, that's good enough. We don't have any trouble getting on. We have no time getting stopped here. Well, friends, we might as well get into things, and we're going to have Richie, while he's there at the microphone, just choose right up there and in the key of something or other, play that Freemason March. Boys, you play the albagallo. Yes, sir. Friends, that was the Freemason March, and we hope that you just enjoyed marching right around to it. Now, we're going to tell you something very interesting. We believe it'll be interesting. You know that men and women seeking health have beaten a hard-packed path to the great mineral water resorts of the world. What magic and romance there is in those names. Carlsbad, Baden, mineral wells, hot springs, the magic of relief, the romance of improved health. Now, we know that many of you are not able, for one reason or another, to take the time and the money needed to visit a natural mineral water resort. But you can do the next best thing. You can get a package of Crazy Crystals and dissolve them in your drinking water. This will give you the benefit of the pure and snowy white minerals extracted from a great natural mineral water by simple evaporation. These snowy white crystals are packaged for your convenience in a 60-cent and a $1 size. Try Crazy Crystals. Get them at your drugstore and follow the directions. Crazy Crystals are economical because the $1 size will reconstitute 15 gallons of fine mineral water for your own home use. Now, every home needs Crazy Crystals because they help remove waste and impurities from the system. And these waste matters and impurities, friends, often contribute to the cause of the so-called chronic ailments. Get Crazy Crystals in the 60-cent or $1 size from your drugstore and start today giving your family the benefit found in this fine mineral water. Now our little Martha Jordan, our lovely singing star, is ready to bring you When Mother Nature Sings Her Lullaby. Sing, Martha.
The stars come out lighting a deep blue sky when Mother Nature sings her lullaby. The moon bends low, kissing each rose good night when Mother Nature sings her lullaby. Our cares and all our troubles will soon
always give Martha the support that she needs.
Yes, sir,
Nicely
boy.
done.
That's really pretty.
We'll be looking forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow when we'll have some more of that fine music. Now the Milo twins, Edward and Edwin, approach. Well, I wish you could see them, friends. Carrot topped from way back, look exactly
All right,
alike.
that's enough out
It's
of you.
just like one bad dream seen through the eyes of two people. Well, here they are saying, "Don't let my rambling bother your mind." We like them, really, we do.
Woke up this morning feeling blue. Woke up this morning feeling blue. Dreamed I saw that sugar babe of mine leaving on that number 2. Don't let my rambling bother your mind. Don't let this rambling bother your mind. I love my girl, I really do. I love my girl, I really do. And if she ever trifles on me, it's hard to tell just what I do. Don't let my rambling bother your mind. Don't let this rambling bother your mind. I've seen the sunshine and the rain. I've seen the sunshine and the rain. I've learned a lesson from a cross-hearted girl, and I don't want to learn again. Don't let my rambling bother your mind. Don't let this rambling bother your mind.
Well, boys, awful nice there, but we just haven't got time to keep going, although we'd like to very much. Friends, you know crazy water crystals have been tried and tested and proved by millions of people. In fact, more than 48 million packages of these snowy white crystals have been sold. Get a package from your drugstore today and dissolve these minerals in your own drinking water. Now, you may buy them in the 60-cent or the $1 size package, which reconstitutes 15 gallons of fine mineral water for home use. Crazy Crystals will help rid your system of waste matters and impurities and enable you and yours to enjoy a better, normal, balanced health. Crazy Crystals have found favor with millions, and we believe they'll find favor with you, too. Crazy Crystals, when taken according to directions and at least a half hour before breakfast, will help remove easily and pleasantly the excess waste and impurities, yet will not interfere with daily activity. Buy Crazy Crystals, use as directed, and let a system free from waste and impurities help you reap the dividend of normal, balanced health. Now, if you need to find mineral water in your home, if you need to remove waste and impurities from the system, let the more than 48 million packages of Crazy Crystals already sold point the way. Now, to the microphone comes to bring us Milenberg joys, our good friend Doc and his banjo. Give, Doc. Doc on the guitar. Doc on the banjo and Julian filling in on the guitar. Boys, it takes my breath away, and while I'm getting it back, I hope you'll enjoy the way the boys in buckskin sing lazy.
The sun came up this morning, and I lay down in the shade, but somehow the shade moved over. I should have nailed it down, I'm afraid. Lazy and hazy, the summer days make me so lazy too. Stretching and catching my share of sleep, dreaming my work's all through. Bluebirds are busy nesting near, while I'm so busy resting here, fishing and wishing the hours away, all through the lazy day.
Would you pay $1.10 for a new type heavyweight mill-shrunk slipcover to protect your upholstery and your clothing from damage due to perspiration? Would you pay $2.20 for this new type slipcover to protect your coach or sedan's upholstery and ensure you more personal comfort during the coming and present warm weather? Well, the Crazy Water Company has made special arrangements with the factory and makes this direct factory-to-you offer, and here it is. This is not a cheap, ill-fitting slipcover, such as the price would seem to indicate. No, indeed, this new type slipcover is made from durable, heavyweight, long-wearing mill-shrunk and fast-color natural crash and comes to you ready to install. There is no fitting, sewing, or cutting. There are no buttons, hooks, or snaps to bother with, and a simple arrangement of elastic holds them firmly in place. Now, this low price of $1.10 postage paid if you own a coupe, or $2.20 postage paid if you own a coach or sedan, is possible only because, as I said, this is a special factory direct-to-you offer. Now, this slipcover has an attractive brown stripe in which mingled blues, greens, and yellows blend harmoniously with the interior of any car. When they become soiled, as all slipcovers do, simply slip them off, wash them in the washing machine, let them dry, and slip them on again. That's all there is to it. They will not fade or shrink. Ensure a better trade-in value, protect your upholstery, and guarantee cooler, more pleasant summer driving by sending $1.10 if you own a coupe, or $2.20 if you own a coach or sedan, to the Crazy Water Company in care of the station to which you are now listening. Well, old man time just about caught up with us before we got through with all of our transcribed fun and music, but we'll be with you again tomorrow about the same time. And in the meantime, this is Bill Karn speaking, reminding you your local announcer has a very important announcement for you, and here he is.
wow, that's me, baby. Good morning, weirdos. I'm back. I am slightly refreshed from last night's telethon finale. Even though I had a few technical difficulties, I still managed to get through it. Hey, it's Awesome Sauce. Well, this is Old Time Radio Wednesday here on the 5th of June, 2024. It's 5 a.m., people. Do you know where your entertainment is? Well, it ain't here. So, here we are. Thank you for joining me this morning. If you haven't been by the channel before this, you should check it out because I announced the winners from last night's drawings. And you're going to have to tune in to find out because I ain't telling. Of course, if you show up here and ask me, I'll tell you. But I'm not just going to come right out with it. You're going to have to dig it out of me. Well, I'm finally drinking coffee. I've been up for an hour listening to The Lone Ranger and Crazy Water Crystals. That's a fun show. I can't wait to bring more of those. I will try to dig up a new one for this evening since we heard this one already. Well, I've actually eaten this morning. I had a bagel, half a bagel, dry, with orange juice. I decided that I'd better just put some food in me and get it over with before I get started with the coffee. Because it's that coffee that does it to me. It really is. I've been hitting the coffee pretty hard for the last 5 or 6 months, 5 or 6 years. And it's starting to catch up with me. Of course, it already caught up with my teeth, right? Isn't that always the case? Wow, last night I had some huge difficulty with keeping my speed, my internet speed. It just was not copacetic. It just would not stay with me, you know. It kept dying. It just kept fading away. While I was only losing dropping a screen or two a second, it wasn't really that noticeable unless it really glitched up. And then it was noticeable. But thankfully the sound was okay. Yeah. It's good stuff. Totally good stuff. Watch this for a second. Wow. What a way to wake up. Yeah, that's cool stuff right there. I could sit and watch that lava lamp. I could sit and watch that lava lamp forever. Oh, those little ones. Those little ones. The little ones rising fast, the big ones falling slow. Oh, man. All right, people, enough of that. If I stay there too long, I'm not going to want to come back, man. Just not going to want to do it. Oh. Wow. I haven't even looked this morning. Let me check. Let me check. On average, I've gotten about, let's say I've gotten 31 new subscribers in the last 28 days. What does that say? About an average, a new subscriber a day. And no more subscribers right now. Come on, you guys are... Okay, we're holding steady at 115. 100 or 229 videos. Over 100 of those are live. Live recorded videos. So last night and yesterday morning, we watched an episode of That's Incredible. Anybody remember that? It was incredible. It was totally incredible. Not as incredible as those real people or those amazing animals. But That's Incredible was pretty cool. I really love that show. I do, I swear I do. Well, I'm assuming that the regulars will show up at some point this morning. And I am going to go to my playlist. And actually, I'm going to go manage videos. Because that's the way we got to do that. We got to make these videos public so that we can watch them this morning. And so everybody else can watch them. Right? So we're going to do that. We're going to make these here videos public. We're going to publicate them. We're going to publicize them. All right, here we go. Here's the first one we'll make public. That one's public. And here we go. This one here now. Beyond Midnight. That one's now public. Belch. And Baby Snooks. Oh, yeah. That one is now public. And there's that. Yeah. There you have it. There it is right there. Just kind of hanging there in front of your face. Let's see. A do, a whack, a frickin' do. I am looking for the winner. There's 100 subscriber winner. Oh. Pardon me. I didn't mean to blast you for those who have earbuds in. I should have said it was coming. That's what she said. Oh! Okay. People, I'm going to announce the winners. And I'm going to do it like this. All right, crazy old weird bearded guy here, joining you from my computer and live, and we are going to be drawing some names. We are going to draw the first name for this evening's drawings, and this is all of the names from my Facebook friends list and all of the subscribers that I can see on YouTube. Okay, so I'm going to reach up and I'm going to reach in and grab a big handful of these things, and I'm going to let them spill out of my fingers, and I am going to grab a hold of one that stays in my hand, and I got one. And what does it say? Charlene Randall. Oh my gosh, that's Kamala's mom. Yay, Charlene, you won. So I will be talking to you in Messenger to find out. I think I got an idea of what you're going to like. But I've got some ideas, and I will talk to you. And gosh, thanks for being a friend. Okay, people, this is it. I'm doing the final drawing. This is the comment drawing. Okay, and I just want to let you know how this is going to be. There's 4 names in here. All right, 4 names. I'm going to pull one of these names out, and that's our winner for the comment drawing. Okay. So let me pull this up over my head here. Let me see if I've got all of them in my hand. I believe I do. 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's 1. I got 1 in my hand here, and this is it. And this is, look at that. Aha, it's Brandy one. Isn't that special? There you go. I kind of wanted her to win. So there you go. I didn't cheat, I swear. There's other names in there. If you've been watching the show, you know that's the fact, Jack. Thank you for playing. Okay, wow. That was heavy. Volume's a little askew again. The sound is a little off again. I don't know what the hell is going on. One of my computers is all fucked up. Well, there's that. That's that. That is that. Here you go. There you have it. We have winners. Charlene and Brandy won. Yeah, it was girls' night. Totally. Well, that was neat. That was fun. That was exciting. I can't wait until I do the 500 subscriber drawing. I'm thinking about doing a party, right? I guess it's going to depend on when it happens, what time of the year it is, what's going on, how busy we are. But a 500 subscriber party sounds fun. Set up some cameras, cook a little food, invite a few friends over, play a little music, do a whole party thing, you know. That'd be cool. That'd be totally cool, man. That'd be just totally cool. Can you dig it, man? Can you dig it? That's totally cool, man. I totally dig it, dude. Far out, you know. Yeah. Oh, man. I hope the, well, I guess it's not going to matter if the volume is askew on the radio shows, because there's just radio shows. Let me go ahead and pull up some radio shows here, because the radio shows is the radio shows. The radio shows. We're going to listen to some radio shows. The radio shows, the radio shows. Ah, and here we go. Okay, we're going to start this one off with an episode of a South African radio show, South Africa, from March 7th of 1969. Wow. So this is a later old-time radio show from 1969. Now, of course, they're still making old-time radio shows, but they're new-time radio shows, right? Like in the 70s and 80s, they were doing CBS old-time radio mystery theater. And that was just here, syndicated throughout the United States and across the world, but it was mainly here, right? And then we had other radio shows popping up from other parts of the country and other parts of the world. There was a great old-time radio show. Wasn't old-time, but it was a radio series, drama series in Maine. And I had a few tapes of those a while back, and those were fantastic. I'll have to see if I can dig some of that stuff up. Yeah. Twilight Zone. I think they're still doing an audio program. So it's out there, and it ain't gone. It ain't gone completely. So let's listen to this one, and then we'll get into a... let me stop that here. Let's do this, and then we'll get into Baby Snooks. Because Baby Snooks is awesome sauce. Okay, let me gear up here. Put on my headgear. All right, people, here we go. No commercials.
Another day. 17 left. 17 short, swift days. And you'll be 40, Robert Holmes. 40 years old.
Yes? Oh, leave it there, please. No, on the table there.
Thank you. 40 years old.
Generally, it is the so-called frailer or weaker sex who are so conscious of the passage of time that they hear the knell of doom in the number 40. Generally speaking, that is. To Robert Holmes, though, 40 held all the terrors that modern man can imagine within its two crisp syllables. 40. 17 days short. Oddly, with each succeeding year, the age gap between him and Eloise seemed to widen, as if time were carrying him along and leaving her behind. In the beginning, she had looked at him as being attractively mature, while now he felt she regarded him as growing old. It was no trick of the imagination, the way he saw Eloise looking at the younger men in the club, and a number of them, young bucks like Edward Mathis, were not above doing something about it. Poor Robert. He should have done something about it himself. Instead, he allowed it to prey on his mind, and that pathetic little number, the one that comes after 39, carried him beyond midnight.
Biotex, the new soap and pre-wash powder, presents Beyond Midnight by Michael McCabe.
I had a letter recently from Mrs. V.P., head of 7th Street, Parkmore, Johannesburg, and she said, "I cannot fully describe my utter delight on returning to the washing to find the stubborn stains of 2 months' standing completely removed. I am so glad I discovered your product, Biotex." And now Mrs. J. Longman of Cambridge, West East London, wrote to say, "Just a word of thanks for your new soap and wash powder, Biotex. I find it almost too good to be true. I've just finished my first packet, and I washed all my baby's woolens with it, and they really do stay white. And what is more, they keep their shape so well, too. Once again, thanks for a wonderful product. I'm just hoping you won't wait too long before putting a large economy-size packet on the market." Well, thank you, Mrs. Head of Parkmore, and Mrs. Longman, for your endorsements. I, too, can endorse Biotex by making certain claims to you, ladies, the most important of which is that with Biotex, the stubbornest, the very stubbornest stains just vanish merely by soaking.
I'll get it, darling. Hello? Oh, hello, Beryl. Look, I've been dying to hear what happened the other day.
29. That's all she is. Looks 23. Got beauty, youth, money too. Always gregarious. Thought she'd become a bit calmer, though, after marriage. She did, I suppose, but only for a year or two. Then I didn't look old. Hair hadn't even begun to recede. Grey now, falling out. I look about 80. Getting a double chin, too. Can't get away from it. It's really unfair. I think it's all happening to her. I wonder if she got a few lines as well. Bastard woman's going backwards. She's getting younger.
Bye. Yes, of course, Beryl, love. Bye.
Bye. Robert, you see, felt his security imperiled. In fact, he had completely, by this time, convinced himself that the only answer to his problem lay in his wife's death.
Oh, dear. That Beryl, she is the limit, she really is.
Beryl?
Oh, you know Beryl?
No, I don't.
Oh, of course you do, darling. Beryl Crimmer. She got married last spring to that tennis player, John something or other. We were all terribly surprised. He's at least 7 years younger than she is. Mavis thinks he's the most beautiful man she's ever known. I've never seen hair so fair, and he's got so much of it.
Yes, Eloise had youth, vitality, and longevity. It was a family trait. This combination virtually eliminated all chance for a natural death. Thus, Robert Holmes found himself with a sole possibility. In order for Eloise to die, he would have to kill her himself.
There we are. Now, Mr. Holmes, one dry martini.
Oh, thanks.
You and your martinis, Mr. Holmes. I always thought it was only Americans who drank them. Give me a nice pint any day of the week.
Dry?
As the desert breeze. You've never been to America, have you, Mr. Holmes?
No. No, I've never been to America.
They say it's a wonderful country. That's a nice cigarette case, Mr. Holmes.
Yes, wife gave it to me for my birthday.
You live out at Huntington, don't you, Mr. Holmes?
Yes, that's right. 134, on the hill.
That's a nice house, I know it. It's got a tennis court, garage for 4 cars. It's big. I used to work for the bloke who owned it during the war. Jack Conyers owned it then. He was a bootlegger.
A what?
That's what they call him in the States, Mr. Holmes. Distillers of and runners of black market liquor. During the war, the customers telephoned their orders, and we'd get the stuff out of the stockroom under the garage and send it out to them at black market prices. Police were never able to
Room
find
under
it.
the garage? But there's no room under the garage.
Well, it's probably been filled in a long time ago. But there used to be one under there. There was a trapdoor in the garage floor and some steps leading down. The door was on a spring, and you had to push it in a certain place to make the trap open. Oh, yes. Oh, excuse me. Gotta go. It's customers.
Hello, Bobby boy. How are you?
Oh, Charlie, you celebrating?
Well, wife's gone away. Visiting her sister. First time she's left me for 15 years. Ooh, look. I might be telling tales out of school and all that, but I just saw your charming bride.
Well?
Well, I mean, maybe I ought to keep my big mouth shut.
What? Come on, you'll drunk it up with it.
Well, I've been around the town to a few pubs today, and...
That I can see.
Well, I was in the Domino earlier on, and that's where I saw Elwood. She was with a youngster called Mathis.
Mathis? Edward Mathis?
Yes, Edward, that's the one, Edward.
You're sure?
Well, look, Bob, I've had a few drinks, but there's nothing wrong with my eyesight. Oh, he's a smart one, that Mathis is.
Very smart.
What would you like to do on your birthday, Bob? It's only a couple of weeks off, you know. You'll be 40.
You don't have to remind me.
What? Or would you like to get a crowd together and go to the club?
I'm not particularly looking forward to this birthday, if you don't mind.
Why? Going to be 40. Oh, don't be absurd. You know what they say, life begins at 40.
Oh, for heaven's sake, spare me the cliche. I don't act so blasted smug. One of these days, you too are going to be 40.
40's a long, long way off for me yet. Oh, still, it's nothing to be afraid of.
He glanced down the long table at his wife. She had a secret, of that he was sure. 9 years they'd been married now, 9 years on her money. Even his job in her father's brokerage firm would go down the drain if anything happened to their marriage.
Is anything wrong, Bob?
What did you do today?
Oh, nothing important. Went to the club, played 9 holes, and...
With whom did you play?
What is this, Robert? An inquisition? Well, just what is this all of a sudden? You're acting like a suspicious, peevish old man.
Oh, forget it. I've had a bad day at the office. Forget it. transacting business and pleasure in cocktail lounges. She's always come home to Daddy in the past, though. What will she now? I'm getting old. 40. If I lose her to another man, then I'm sunk. Job, house, car. Something's got to be done. Yes, something's definitely got to be done.
Yes, she's a beauty, isn't she? Lovely yellow.
Oh, hello. One of the most beautiful cars I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Oh, mamma mia. Would you ask Mathis if he's not too busy? I'd like to see him, please.
Oh, Ed won't be in again until this afternoon. Shall I ask him?
No, never mind. I'll come back again some other time.
To blazes with work today. That's what Holmes thought that morning. He drove home again. Her car was not in the garage. He moved moodily about the house for a while, drank 2 drinks, and then suddenly remembered what the barman had said about the old trapdoor in the cellar of his house. With a strange excitement, he went to investigate. Something had clicked in his mind.
Be right. I filled the belly thing in. Doesn't seem to be in here. No, he wasn't telling fairy stories. And it isn't filled in either.
Quickly, Holmes grabbed the flashlight and, climbing through the trap, made his way down a flight of stone steps into... what? The room under the floor was large, approximately the size of the garage itself. The mold-encrusted ceiling was formed of steel I-beams surmounted by the concrete garage floor. The 4 walls were concrete, too. The floor was hard-packed to earth. The air was close and fetid.
This is the answer. A few details here and there, and my future is secure.
Oh, the man who knows how to handle his car. Johnson's Rally, the new car wax with the detergent-proof formula. Won't wash off. It's detergent-resistant. Rally gives sure wax protection that's deep and long-lasting. And the finish is fast, very fast. Johnson's Rally car wax in liquid or paste form.
That's all you have to do. Just for an hour or two you find it look as good as new when you use new Biotex.
Amazing new Biotex soaks stubborn stains away.
Clean, everything soon will be clean, for all the world to see. Stains away easily when you use new Biotex.
Get amazing new Biotex today and let soaking do the washing.
On a Thursday, a week and 2 days before his 40th birthday, Robert Holmes decided not to go to work. He told his wife he had some paperwork to wade through, and accordingly he shut himself into his study and waited. The observer hidden with him in that room, though, would have observed that the gentleman in question opened no books, picked up no pens. Instead, he merely waited and listened, close by the door. After a while, he heard Eloise go to the telephone, make a call, and agree with one of her women friends to play golf that day. She replaced the phone just as Robert stepped out into the hall.
Oh, hello, darling. Finished already?
No, just taking a breather.
Well, I hate to make you jealous, but...
What's that? Well, what's that on your neck?
Neck?
Just...
Yes, Robert did a very workmanlike job of throttling Eloise. As soon as he had finished, he carried her down to the room under the garage and buried her in the shallow grave he had dug the day before. By the time he carried this out, washed his hands and straightened his tie, barely 5 minutes had passed. In another 15 minutes, he was sitting at his desk at his office in town. Came 4:30 that afternoon.
Miss Cook, I've got a bit of a nasty pain in my stomach. In fact, I don't feel well at all. I'd like you to ring my wife, please. If she's not at home, she'll be either at the Dawsons or with some friends.
I'm sorry, Mr. Holmes. Awfully sorry. I've tried all the places you said, but no one's seen her today.
Huh?
This Mrs. Bascom said she talked to your wife this morning. They were supposed to play golf together. Apparently, Mrs. Holmes just didn't turn up.
That's strange.
Yes, sir.
Very strange. Not like Eloise at all. Would you try my home phone?
Oh, yes, sir. That's the first place I tried. No one answered. How does your tummy feel now?
Seems to be getting worse, if anything. Must have been something I had at lunch.
Well, you shouldn't go home if there's no one there.
Here. That's the number of the woman who does for us. It's Thursday today, her day off. Call her and explain the situation.
Yes,
tell her to take a taxi out to the house and say, I'll be there within the hour.
Would you like me to drive you home, Mr. Holmes?
That's very nice of you. I hate to inconvenience you, though.
Oh, it's no trouble, sir. I'll get your hat and coat, shall I? You won't need your briefcase, will you? Or is there something...
Yes. No, quite. Yes, of course. No, I phoned them. Yes. No, I suppose not. Oh, thank you. What about the last of the hospitals? In fact, it is the last within 20 miles, anyhow.
Well, could she have gone on a trip, do you suppose?
Oh, no, she'd have told me. Anyway, our car's still there.
Maybe you should call the police. Mum had to do that about Dad once. They found him 3 months later, sitting in a park
Well, I apologize about those people. I don't listen to these so that I can enjoy them with you on the day that we listen to them. But unfortunately, this one got bogged out. It's missing the end of the show. Well, doesn't that just suck? I'm gonna have to rectify that situation. Is there anybody there? Did you hear when it faded out? I was getting coffee warmed up, and I missed where it cut out. Did it finish the show? Was it a short show?
I apologize for that, sincerely. I sincerely apologize.
Well, let's take a break from that for a few minutes and just go. Damn Eloise, it's her fault. You know. Damn it. And I didn't even get to meet the maid. That sucks. So usually what I'll do is I'll create this little video with the audio inside of it, and I'll usually put it in there, create the video around the audio, listen to it at the beginning to make sure that it lines up, listen to it at the end so that I make sure that it lines up. Apparently I didn't listen to the end of this one. If I'd have made sure that it lined up, I would have heard that there was nothing there and probably would have backed up to find where it had stopped to cut out the silent stuff. But apparently I didn't do that. I humped the bunk on this one. I blew it. It's my fault. I blew it. It's bogus. What are you gonna do? You can't punish me over it. Why? Well, because it's my frickin' show. What am I gonna do, you know? Accidents happen. This is live TV, baby. This live stuff here, you know? And that was one of the things that happened a lot when I was young, right? We're listening to a show, and sometimes you actually catch the shows when they start, and sometimes you would actually get to listen to the whole show, right? Most of the time I would catch these shows after they started, or would fall asleep before they were over, or would have to get up and go and do something. So, and welcome to my world. Sometimes I just never got to hear the end, right? I guess this is just one of those life lessons, right? It's just one of those lessons that you learn. You live, you learn. What are you going to do? I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to listen to some Baby Snooks, because I know that one is good all the way through. I know I checked this one. Gosh, I sure hope I checked this one, because this one should be really, really good. So let's take it and let's boot up Baby Snooks, because Fanny Bryce and Baby Snooks was one of my favorite shows when I was young and when I was old. When I was young and old, old and young, old and young, young and old. Well, you know, my shit's been giving me trouble lately. Maybe it's you know how my sound was askew for my video? Is it possible that my sound just stopped? I don't know. I guess we may find out with this one. This one's only about 12 minutes long, so this one a little bit easier to deal with. All right, here we go. From 1939, Baby Snooks.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, here is Fanny Bryce as Baby Snooks. Caddy, played by Hanley Stafford, has a golf appointment with his boss this morning, and he's promised to meet him on the golf course, rain or shine. As our scene opens, Daddy's alarm clock is calling insistently.
Okay. Oh, boy, am I tired.
Hello, Daddy. Here. I made you some coffee.
Coffee? Looks like plain water to me.
Make believe, Daddy. Make believe it's coffee.
All right, it's coffee.
Drink it.
Okay. Well, that's wonderful coffee, Snooks.
You like it? I'll make some more.
No, don't go to any more trouble, Snooks.
It ain't no trouble, Daddy. I got it from the goldfish bowl.
What?
Ain't it good coffee?
Oh, what's the matter with you, Snooks? Is that all you could think of to give me for breakfast? Water from the goldfish bowl?
I was only playing house, Daddy.
Well, that's no way to play. No child makes a father drink the water from a goldfish bowl.
I did.
Now, don't get smart. Snooks, I'd just like to go for one whole day without giving you a spanking.
All right, Daddy. I'll let you.
Go back to bed.
Why?
Because it's too early for you to be up.
Why are you up?
Well, I have a golf appointment, and I've got to hurry.
Oh, you read me the funny.
No, I haven't got time.
Why?
Because I'm going to play golf.
Who is Daddy?
With my boss. And it's very important that I be there on time. He gets very mad if I'm late.
Who does?
My boss.
Who's he?
He's the man I work for. Get out of my way. I got to hurry and wash.
Oh, read me the funny.
No, now go back to bed this instant.
If you don't read me the funny, your boss is going to get mad.
Well, why should my boss be mad?
Because you'll be late.
Snooks. Who teaches you these wonderful tricks?
Nobody. I make them up.
Oh, you're looking for a spanking this morning.
Oh, read me the funny.
I will not. Now, if you waste another second of my time, I'll tell you good. Now, stay out of the bathroom till I get through.
What you going to do, Daddy?
I'm going to shave. I don't want you bothering me.
Why?
Because I'm late already. I should have left 10 minutes ago.
Where you going?
To play golf.
Who is?
I told you, he's my boss.
Who's he?
Snooks, if you ask me one more question, I'll jump in the bathtub and drown myself.
Let me run the water, Daddy.
Oh. And they think they got trouble in Europe.
Huh?
Nothing. Get out of here and let me shave.
I want to watch.
Oh, Snooks. How can you be so nasty to your poor old daddy? I work like a slave to see that you have everything, and you won't let me have this a little fun. Oh, what's so funny about it?
You sound like Mommy.
Well, never mind that. Mommy's up in the country enjoying herself while Holy smoke. You want to do something for Daddy, Snooks?
What's the matter, Daddy?
Listen, Mommy called last night and told me to order a bathing suit for her. I'll be on the golf course, so you call the store as soon as it opens.
All right.
Now, listen carefully. Order a bathing suit. Large girl size, salmon color, fastened by one large pearl button with 2 little holes in it. Can you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Now, have it charged to me. Just tell them who I am, and it'll be all right. Now, what are you going to say?
I want a large bathing suit for a girl fastened in it with a pearl salmon. Just tell me who I am, and I'll be all right.
Not pearl salmon, button.
Uh-huh.
Button.
Button. Who's got the button? Let's play, Daddy.
I have no time to play. Will you order that suit?
What suit?
What did I just ask you to do?
You want a large swimming hole with a pearl-colored bell and 2 salmons in it.
No.
A little swimming suit for a large salmon.
What are you talking about?
For a girl with no buttons.
Forget it. If she wants to swim, let her wear an apron. Well, I got to finish shaving. Oh, brother, I'll never make it.
Make what, Daddy?
My appointment.
Where are you going?
I told you 50 times to play golf.
Who is?
My boss.
Who's he?
The man I work for.
Oh. I want to go with you.
No, you can't go with me.
Why?
Because you drive me crazy on a golf course.
Then read me the funny.
No, look out. I'm going to get my clubs and get out of here fast. Where are my clubs? Well, I know I left them in this closet.
I think I'll go to bed now.
Snooks, you wait a minute. Where are my golf clubs?
If I tell you, will you take me with you?
No.
Then I don't know where they are. Goodbye.
Come here. All right, tell me where they are and I'll take you.
You promise, Dad?
Yes, I promise. Where are my clubs?
I gave them to the junk man yesterday.
What for?
For a stack of funny papers.
You little...
Don't leave, folks. Baby Snooks and Daddy will be back later on in the program, and you'll meet them on the golf course.
It cost me $2 to rent these broken-down clubs, and then I find the boss didn't wait for me. I'll probably get fired, too. Come on, let's get out of here.
Ain't you going to play golf, Daddy?
No, no use going out without... Oh, wait a minute. I might as well play 9 holes. I paid my green fees and rented the clubs. But I'll play only on one condition, Snooks. You must remain absolutely quiet when I go to hit the ball.
I promise, Daddy.
All right. Let me get a ball out of the bag.
Here's one, Daddy.
Where'd you get that, Snooks?
I found it when we was walking over here.
Oh. Are you sure it was lost?
Mm-hmm. I seen the man looking for it.
Oh, well, I'll turn it in later. Now stand back. I want to take a practice swing with this driver. Ah, not bad, eh? Huh. How do you like my form, Snooks?
I think you're very pretty, Daddy.
All right. Now I'm going to start. Now, don't get too close.
What you doing?
I'm putting the ball on the tee.
Is that tea? Looks like dirt.
It is dirt.
You said it was tea.
I know I did, but this tea isn't the same as the tea you drink.
Why?
Because one is a beverage and the other is ground.
I thought coffee was ground.
Coffee is ground, but this is a different tea and a different ground. Does that answer your question?
I didn't ask you nothing.
Well, don't. Now keep quiet and let me hit the ball.
All right. Daddy!
What is it?
Where you going to hit it to?
You see that flag way down there?
Is today a holiday?
No, today's not a holiday.
Then why have they got all the flags here?
Those flags indicate the position of the green.
What green?
Where the hole is. Wherever you see a flag, there's a hole.
Then why don't they fix it?
Fix what?
The hole in the flag.
The flag hasn't got a hole in it. The green has a hole in it.
Why?
So I can crawl in and pull it over my head. Now stop that yelling. Now move back a little. And don't make a sound. You just watch the ball when I hit it.
All right, Daddy.
Now, head down, right hand over. Bring the club back slowly.
Daddy!
Oh, what is it now?
Why don't you hit the ball?
That's what I'm trying to do.
Then why are you putting the stick around your neck?
Oh, leave me alone. How will I ever shoot a par?
Huh?
I'm trying to shoot a par.
Whose par you going to shoot, Daddy?
Nobody's par. I said par, not par. The object of the game is to shoot par.
Why don't you shoot more, Daddy?
Now, don't give me ideas. Now, just let me drive off this first tee. People are all staring at us.
All right.
Now, don't make a sound. Now, here I go. Knees bent. Left shoulder down. Eye on the ball.
You missed it, Daddy.
Tough course. Well, I guess this rented driver's no good. Oh, I wish I had a brassy.
Why?
Well, this cheap outfit only has 5 sticks. I usually carry 10.
Why?
Because I need them. Hagen has about 20. Alex Morrison has 24. Charlie Lacey has 26.
And all of us have 31 except February, which has 28. Ain't I smart, Daddy?
Yeah, you're very smart. Now, keep quiet for 2 minutes and let me hit this ball. Now, stand back. Eye on the ball. Firm grip. Right hand over. Come back slowly. Well, go ahead and talk if you're going to.
I ain't going to talk, Daddy.
Okay. Back slowly.
Daddy!
Oh, why did you do that?
I want to hit the ball.
Wait till we get off this first tee, and then I'll let you hit it. Now, keep quiet. I'm going to cloud it. Oh, where'd it go, Snooks? I didn't see it.
Right under your foot.
Guess I'm a little off my game. I never played so badly before.
Have you ever played before, Daddy?
Yes, I've played before, Daddy. Come on, let's walk down the fairway a little. These people watching me make me nervous.
And you going to hit the ball, Daddy?
Yes, as soon as we get a little close to the hole. Now, come on. Walk fast, Snooks.
All right.
I'm going to drop the ball right here. I'll drop it over my shoulder so I won't be cheating. Yeah. Now, this is about a 4-iron shot. Head down.
Head down.
Find the ball.
Find the ball.
Sway the head.
Sway the head.
Back slow.
Back
Oh,
slowly.
stop that. Just turn around for 1 second. That's it. Now.
Did you hit it, Daddy?
And how? Carried over 60 yards, straight as an arrow. Except it's a little out of bounds.
Is that good?
Not bad. Now, come on, I don't want to lose that ball.
Let me hit it, Dad.
In a minute. I think the ball went out right about here.
Here's the ball, Daddy. I found it.
Oh, what a bad lie. Why, nobody but a professional could make this shot to the green.
Let me do it, Daddy.
All right, go ahead, you little smart aleck. I bet you won't even move the ball an inch. Take this club.
Which way shall I hit it?
Well, you see that flag? Aim for that. Now, just keep your head down and your eye on the ball and...
Don't tell me. I want to hit it myself.
I'll go ahead.
Stand back.
Well, I'll be... What a shot. Dead to the pin.
No good?
Why, it's a miracle. Come on, let's see how close it is.
All right.
Why, Snooks, look at that ball. 4 inches from the cup.
What do I have to do now, Daddy?
Make it go in that little hole. Oh, what are you yelling about?
Why didn't you tell me when we were back there?
Come on, we're going home.
Well, it appears to be over. Those are short episodes. I sure love Baby Snooks. Oh, Fanny Bryce was awesome. At some point in one of these episodes, we'll hear her little brother Leroy. Little baby. Baby Leroy.
That's some good stuff right there.
So good morning, everyone. It is almost 6 a.m. here on the 5th of June, 2024. It is Wednesday. It is Old Time Radio Wednesday. So I sit here drinking coffee, listening to old shows, doing bong hits, waiting for somebody to show up and hang out. Story of my life, right? Had a lot of fun with that drawing the last couple of days. I can't wait to be able to go out and do stuff again. It's kind of kept me sequestered here the last few days. So now I get to go out and do some shopping and mail some things and get some things done that I've been waiting to do. And I think the first thing on my list today is to get done here and crawl right back into bed. I was kind of up late last night on my slow computer creating the drawing winners video, and it just wanted to take forever. And I finally wound up just going to bed and letting it process and do all that stuff. And so it finished this morning, and I uploaded it and made it public. And now you can view the actual drawing. I made a separate recording of the drawing and created a video out of that. So there's that. I got cameras everywhere. Everywhere I look, there's a camera looking back. So at this point, I need to get more cameras turned on. They're looking at me, but they're not always live. Every once in a while, I want to take my phone and reboot my comments feed so I can keep up with what's going on here. Let's see. This television here that I'm staring at, I think I'm going to rearrange that. Yes, indeedy, I'm going to rearrange that so that I can, well, frankly, so that I can watch it straight on during the show. Right now it is turned kind of away from me. I'm looking at it from way on the side of the screen just to keep it out of my camera. Because if I swing it towards me anymore, you're going to see it in my screen right over here along that edge.
And on occasion, I might do that so I can look at it, see what the hell's going on.
but this morning not. Yeah, I am pretty wiped out from the last couple of weeks, and of course the last couple of days. It is Old Time Radio Wednesday, so in about 50 minutes or so, I will be waking up my wife. Actually, in about 50 minutes, I'll be waking up my wife. So my alarm is going to go, "Hey, dummy, you don't remember what?" The last time I forgot to wake her up was because I was in the throes of technical difficulties, and I looked up and she was running out the door. "Why didn't you wake me?" So now I set my alarm. You know what? Usually she's pretty good about waking herself up. You know, it's like, time to get up. Which I am usually at 4 in the morning. My eyes are open looking at the clock just before the alarm sounds. And even still, I'll swipe snooze. Because I gotta have that little... In fact, this morning I swiped snooze and rolled over for about 2 minutes and then got and said, fuck it, I got shit to do. I gotta get up. I gotta get up. I gotta do it. I gotta fucking do it. And after so many bouts of technical difficulties, I have decided to go live sometimes as early as an hour before showtime, just to make sure things are cool. So I'll go live, I'll set up a live stream, I'll let it click for a few minutes and see if things are copacetic, and then I'll save my link over to Facebook and say, "Hey, check it out, I'm live." It's unfortunate when everything starts off good and then I post that I'm live and then it goes like shit and people show up and go, "Hey man, what the hell? There's nothing going on, man. It's black screen. You're frozen, dude. It's 30 seconds of you being frozen." So that's a bummer, man. So like I hate it when that happens. But what are you going to do? You know? I'm not a technical wizard here, and I'm working with stuff that's below par, slow internet speeds, not quite 4K cameras. So it's a little wonky, but it's cheap. All right, this all works, and it's pretty damn cheap to make all of this work, you know. I believe that this month I'm done paying on this computer here in front of me. I did it on QVC, one of those home shopping deals, right? And so I did it on there because you can make payments and I can get it insured and yada, yada, yada. So I did that. Hopefully this computer won't give me too many difficulties because it is insured and I would hate to have to do all of this and then send it back and have to do it all again, right? So that's a bummer, dude. I don't want to have to go through installing shit again and learning how to get programs up and running. You know? That would suck. Absolutely. Almost as bad as the pain in my neck right now. Just a second ago, it felt like somebody jabbed me right in the neck with an ice pick. I must have turned wrong. There it went. Oh, there it is again. Yeah. Don't you just love pain? Pain! Pain! Take the pain. Take it. Take the pain. I'm going to do this bong hit. I'm going to finish this cup of coffee. And I'm going to try to stay awake here for the next couple of hours. 6 a.m., people. Do you know where you are? I don't know where the hell I am. Somewhere on planet Earth, sometime in space. Right? That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at, man. Where are you at? So, it is the top of the hour. Let me go ahead and play this 100 subscriber video thing again. And
all right, crazy old weird bearded guy here, joining you from my computer and live, and we are going to be drawing some names. We are going to draw the first name for
look
this
at the
evening's
bags under
drawing,
those eyes.
and this is all of the names.
You see what I go
from
through
my
for this
Facebook
show?
Friends list, and all of the subscribers that I can see on YouTube. Okay, so I'm going to reach up and I'm going to reach in and grab a big handful of these things, and I'm going to let them spill out of my fingers, and I am going to grab a hold of one that stays in my hand, and I got one. And
my sound
what does it
is
say? Charlene Randall. Oh my gosh. That's Kamala's mom. Yay, Charlene. You won. So I will be talking to you in Messenger to find out. I think I got an idea of what you're going to like. But I've got some ideas, and I will talk to you. And gosh, thanks for being a friend. Okay, people, this is it. I'm doing the final drawing. This is the comment drawing. Okay, I just want to let you know how this is.
Four people in that
names in here.
bucket right there.
All right, 4 names. And I'm going to pull one of these names out, and that's our winner for the comment drawing. Okay, so let me pull this up over my head here. Let me see if I've got all of them in my hand. I believe I do. 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's one. I got one in my hand here, and this is it. And this is, look at that. Aha, it's Brandy one. Isn't that special? There you go. I kind of wanted her to win. So there you go. I didn't cheat, I swear. There's other names in there. If you've been watching the show, you know that's the fact, Jack. Thank you for playing.
Totally, man.
That's the song, baby. That's it. That's the fact, Jack.
That is the fact, Jack. So yeah, we have winners. There you are. We got winners, baby. I will re-announce those this evening, and I'll be contacting people. Of course, if you show up and you watch the show, you'll go, "Hey, look, I won," or, "Oh man, I didn't win nothing. I did win nothing." That's just the way it is, man. That's the way the ball bounces. That's the way the cookie crumbles. That's the way the shoe don't fit, right? Ah, that's good stuff right there, baby. Now, why do they give me videos like that? I didn't ask for those videos. I don't want to look at those videos. They're not my kind of videos. Why would you think that I would want to watch something like that? That is just friggin' hideous, okay? Okay. I am going to try to stay with it here as long as possible. I am not up to par today. I am feeling a little, what do you call it? Exhausted. Tired. I'm exhausted. It's hard for me to rub a couple of hours of sleep together, mainly because I'm in a lot of pain because of my neck and back and other issues, but also because I have to get up and urinate, right? I drink so much, 1 cup of coffee and I'm up 3 times having to leave, right? I try to drink a lot of water during the day. If I'm not up actively doing stuff to sweat it out, I gotta pee it out. So there's that. I'm sure you were all just dying to know that little bit of information. Oh, look, there's a bong hit here. Hey, he never did that bong hit. Bodanga. Bodanga? Bodanga. I think that's what I mean. I think actually what I mean is bodanga. Can anyone tell me the definition of bodanga? Somebody? Please? Please? Somebody please tell me what the definition of bodanga is. Ladies and gentlemen, live from Elsinore Brothers studio. Bodanga. Coming up. Coming up. No wedgie, no wedgie. That's the ticket. That's the ticket. Cricket. Straighten up that spine. I have to keep one or both legs crossed. If I try to sit straight, my spine says, "Hey, dummy!" So my chiropractor used to say, "Okay, sit there." And then he'd come in and I'd have my leg crossed. And he'd say, "Okay, uncross your leg." And he'd turn around and have my leg crossed. I said, "Look, when you're not messing with me, I need to cross my leg or my spine hurts." And he's like, "Really? Well, let's look at that." And I guess I've got vertebrae that do a little bit of twisting, right? One vertebrae kind of twists a little bit the other way and the other one in the other direction, right? Just slight. But that's the way it is. And you can actually feel it if you put your fingers down my spine. You can feel the vertebrae kind of out of alignment. You know, and I haven't been to the chiropractor in years because my chiropractor retired at 74 years old. He hung it up, and I haven't had the nerve to go and meet the new chiropractor and get used to him. It's hard for me to allow people into my physical space, right? Let alone allowing somebody to touch me. And I don't trust doctors, so there's a double whammy, you know. So I just haven't been to the chiropractor. I've just been suffering. And I should go. I really should. My wife keeps trying to talk me into it. Well, so why don't you go see the new guy? I don't know. Maybe I won't like him. I got to sit there and look at him and figure out if I like it. And I just, you know, I'm an old fart who just has difficulty with change, right? Of course, my whole existence right now is about change and new and experiencing something different, right? It's not the same when it comes to going to a new doctor. I mean, it's not a fun experience. I imagine that I will probably fade away. Well, he should have gone and seen a doctor. If he'd have just seen a doctor, he'd have been all right. Yeah, probably, but, you know, I'd have to see a doctor. And I just don't trust them. I really don't. Somebody, please, put me in touch with a doctor that I can trust, because I can't put my faith in somebody who won't even look at me in the eye, right? Let alone learn my name without having to look down at a frickin' chart. I really dug my chiropractor, Dr. Vincent Savarese, but he just decided to hang it up, and I totally understand, you know, after that many years and with what's going on in his life. I totally get it. Of course, I should call over and see if he's taking occasional patients, or he came out of retirement, or, you know, for whatever reason, or maybe call and say, yeah, make me an appointment with the new guy. Well, you got to see the doctor first so he can make your referral. And then I got to see that guy. And that's the prescription guy. You know, I can't handle prescription doctors. How you feeling today? Well, also, let me give you a pill for that. Well, yeah, but this is what okay, this pill will fix that. Yeah, but I never got a chance to tell you what the hell's going on. And you never looked at me. You know? That's the nurse's job, to look at you and take your vitals. It's like, give me a fucking break. You know? I'm there for an hour and a half waiting and waiting and waiting. And I get this son of a bitch for 3 minutes, and he won't even look me in the eyes, and all he does is write me a couple of fucking prescriptions. Doctors. So yeah, I find it real difficult putting my faith in some yuts, right? It's just, I mean, so many times I've been at the point to where I probably should have gone to the emergency room, but you know, sometimes I feel like I would rather just chuck it all in and you know, be taken than to have to deal with these fucking schmucks. I'm not the brightest bulb in the box, right? I'm no freaking genius. I'm no doctor. But, I mean, I know a thing or two about competence. Right? I know a thing or two about being courteous and, you know, personable. And if I can tell right away that the doctor ain't got any of these qualities, what the fuck am I there for? You know, the arrogant son of a bitch to write me a prescription and then go to the golf course? Because that's the way I feel, you know. A year and a half of going to a spinal surgeon, and it got to the point to where they were just, I'd be sitting in the office waiting for a half an hour, and the nurse would come out and have me sign for my pills. And then I would go in and see the doctor, and he would talk to me for about 30 seconds, put his hand on the back of my neck, make me move my neck, write a couple of things, and walk the fuck out of the room. Be sure to take your pills. It's like, what the fuck? You know, you're just going to keep me doped up, sitting at home so you can make your fucking money? Fuck this. And they did. They wasted all the fucking money. You know? Every time I've been to a doctor, it's just been a fucking bunch of bullshit. You know? Bunch of fucking bullshit. You're going to do what? And how are you going to do it? And wait a second. Aren't there other ways to do this? You know, other than, yeah. Nope, this is the way we do it here. You're just a one-trick fucking pony, huh? Watching that's incredible, and it was so awesome to see that guy take his dog to the local country vet. And he's just a country vet. But he says, you know what we need to do? Them ancient Asians, what they used to do was, they said everything was caused by congestion, and everything was fixed by circulation. And it was like, and then he's like, and now we're going to do some acupuncture and some electricity. And it's like this guy, you think he's just a hick veterinary doctor, right? And he's all into this alternative medicine, right? I'd rather go to him and have him treat me than to go to a regular doctor, right? And there's that. Dude, I mean, what happened to those doctors who are more concerned with healing than making a prescription quota or making a tea time, you know, or making it out of the office early, you know, let's get these people through here at the end of the day so I can get the hell out of here. I got a long drive and I got to do, you know, it's like, give me a fucking break, man. I want a doctor who wants to be a doctor for the sake of helping people, and those are so hard to find. Usually I find the doctors that are there, you know, to be some kind of smug asshole, and I just don't dig it. I 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 don't dig it. Let's see. Just going to check out my count on some of my videos here. This last Grateful Dead video is slow to take hold. The first Grateful Dead video that I uploaded is at 900 views. It's my most popular video to date, next to Harry Styles' Daylight short. That's pretty heavy. That is some awesome sauce right there. Crazy, crazy stuff. Crazy. Crazy. Let's see the most popular videos here. Wow, The New Adventures of Nero Wolfe, 539. Wow. Wow. That's crazy. Let's go live. What's my most popular live stuff? It's still the 909 Night Market out there in Pomona. And then Roy Pitluck interview. And then wow, my 100 subscriber part 5 made it up there quick with 52 views. Wow. Wow. That part 5 there. And of course, it was part 6 where I did the drawing, because part 5 quit right at the end, right when I was going to do the last final drawing, and I had to come back and do a short live feed for the last, which I'm glad I made the 2 little videos here on my computer, because that allowed me to put them both together and tack them on and stick them on a video and upload them. So that's cool. That's, you know, that's something anyway. So that's neat. My most popular playlists. Hello. It doesn't give me a popularity on playlist. But I've got some ideas. Man, I'm bummed out I'm gonna miss another open mic coming up Monday. It sucks. Well, I mean, you know, I'm going to a concert, so it's even better. My belly. Don't look at my belly. Don't look at my belly. Gosh. All right. I said last night that I wasn't going to weigh myself, and I did this morning. I looked down at the scale, and it was set to 20 pounds, and I'm like, somebody's been lying to themselves, right? So I set it to 0 and jumped on it. And I can't believe I was at 171, right? I figured 175, maybe that low. I couldn't believe it. I was under 175. I haven't been there. I haven't been below 175 since the 90s, early 90s, back when I was homeless. Yeah, it's been a long time. Of course, it's not because I'm dieting. It's just because I've been too busy to eat. That's a lie. I just haven't wanted to eat. You know? Food just doesn't do it for me anymore. You know? It really doesn't. I mean, I really have to treat myself in order to eat a lot, right? And making food at home, if I don't make something really extravagant, right, and then not be involved in the completion. If I cook the food all the way to the end, by the time I get to the finished product, I'm burned out. I don't want to even eat, right? It's like, nah, it's okay. You know, I don't taste while I'm eating. That's one of the things that I don't taste, you know. Usually I'll get to the end of something and it will need salt, but I try not to oversalt. Yeah, I mean, if I'm really going to eat a lot of something, I really have to treat myself to something really, really tasty, you know. My taste buds have been screwed up for the last few years after a bad sinus infection and a bout of COVID. But you know, where my taste has suffered, my appetite has just completely failed, you know. And I do as much as I can do. You know, like this morning I ate a half a bagel because I wanted to get something in my stomach and not just sit here and drink a bunch of coffee, and then go back to bed without having putting food in my stomach. So before I go lay back down, I'm gonna have to put something in my stomach. Last night it was late, and I decided, oh, man, I'm hungry. I had that dirty rice and beans. It was really good. But it was, you know, one of those things where it was like, okay, this will sustain me, but it's not a treat. It's not going to treat me. And it was like, I got to eat something that's good. I don't want to just eat a dessert. I want to eat something that's good and good for me. And the only thing I could find was in the freezer. We had just made tamales, and we always put extra tamales in the freezer. And it was like, yeah, I'll have a tamale. That'll do it. I get my protein, I get my treat. It tastes really, really good, you know, and it's easy. So I put it in the microwave, put it on half power, and let it cook for a few minutes, and it warmed up nice and hot and steamy and fresh. And, man, I love her tamales. Green pork tamales. Just the right amount of zing, you know. And that was perfect. That cured my appetite and my need for something, for a treat, you know. Because like I said, if I don't treat myself, I don't want to eat. It's like, yeah, we're going to eat. We're going to eat this. I don't want that. Well, that's all what we got. Well, I'd rather not eat. And that's just the way it is. And it sucks. Because I do want to eat. I do. I totally do. I mean, a lot of times I'm like starving. I just want to eat something. But I can't just eat anything. Because it don't work. You know, it gets into my mouth, and my mouth says, you know what, you've had this a million times. You don't want to eat this again. Blah, 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 blah. You know, the comedian who puts stuff in his mouth and starts chewing, now, and then it just falls right back out. You know, like a Muppet eating Cookie Monster, cookie, and the cookies are just falling out. That's the way I feel when I eat. You know, it's got to be something really, really tasty, because my taste buds are fried. And if it's not something that's really tasty, it just tastes bland and tastes like everything else that I eat. Does anybody else have trouble like this? I mean, am I the only one that's having taste bud issues? Or, you know, is there trouble with my matrix? Did somebody pull one of the cords off and I'm missing sensory input? What the hell? Somebody hook me back up, man. I want to taste again. I want to eat and feel pleasure from eating, you know, and I just don't. Eating is a drag. I mean, a real drag. Sometimes I just hate to eat. I just don't even want to look at food. I'm hungry, but it's just unappealing, the thought of putting stuff into me, right? That sucks. So I'm going to have to go to the store, and I'm going to have to pick up the few staples that I need to sustain me in between the indecision of eating, right? I need cereal bars, oat and something, oat and fruit, something that's not too unhealthy, not too sweet, something with some protein and calories. I've got to pick up something for that early part of the day, you know, kind of an early lunch, late breakfast thing. And that's tough, you know. So lately we've been doing, like, my wife will get up and make an actual breakfast, make a bunch of French toast and some bacon or some sausage and biscuits and gravy, or, you know, make something that is appealing. So every couple of mornings there's that, but on those off mornings I get a cereal bar, a cup of coffee, maybe half a dry bagel or something, and then it's like, I gotta eat something else, but nothing is appealing. Nothing, not even a banana. And I hate bananas. Really, I do. Bananas are just nasty. And they just tear up my stomach, you know. Every once in a while I have to eat a banana because my legs will cramp up at 3 in the morning, and I'll turn into a friggin' pretzel, and I'll have to drink some milk or eat a banana or something with, what is that, potassium, calcium, something to offset the cramps, you know. Sometimes if I know I'm going to get cramps, I'll drink some Gatorade before I go to sleep. That's another thing. Or what's really good that my old chiropractor used to, back when I was actually a handyman and working, he used to tell me to make fresh lemonades, fresh squeezed lemonade, sweeten it with honey because you don't need the sugar. Sugar is cancer food. And add a bunch of salt to it. Mix it up really, really good. So it just starts to taste salty like Gatorade. He said that salt, that acid, he said, that combination there is really good for your muscles, your circulation, to keep you from getting, lactosis, or to where you're, you know, it helps you from getting the cramps, basically. You know, lactosis. What the fuck is that shit? I'm lactose intolerant. Bong hit. My alarm is going to be going off here in about 15 minutes or so to wake up the missus, so that she can get ready to bogey on out of the house for the day. And then shortly after that, I will bid you a bon farewell, and hit the sack so that I could get up a couple of hours before my show this evening and find some more music to listen to. We've listened to everything that we have, and I need to inject some more life into my show. So I'd like to put together another episode of Crazy Water. That's a fun jamboree show. I know that by playing these musical pieces on my shows, that I have to deal with the copyright throwback, and that means that I can't monetize my channel, which was never my intention. I don't want to monetize memories. This is about community, and when you start involving the whole money aspect of that, it becomes a business, and that's not what I'm in this for. So once you start involving music, you have to deal with that and copyright, and then show cancellations, muting parts of your show, the show not visible in certain areas, and at this point I'm just trying to keep that to the evening show. It's like a 1-hour show. It's filled with music and entertainment, and at some point after a year the show is going to be deleted, because it's only allowed to be, that material is only allowed to be used for a year for historical purposes, which is kind of what this show is. It's kind of a memory show, historical show. Pardon me. At some point I'm going to get the upgraded YouTube studio and start downloading all of my shows onto hard disk, and then record them onto DVD at some point, I hope, and try to save all of this, not just on YouTube, but in a few different formats, so that for posterity's sake, all of my stuff is still around. right? And some of this is just going to be me rambling about pointless day-to-day shit, you know. But most of it will be important to at least a couple of people for a period of time. So if I can, you know, make all of this accessible and make it all safe for the future, then I just might be around a while, right? I would hope so. And who knows, maybe in the future somebody will dig all of this information up and upload it into a computer and turn it into an AI, and there'll be an AI of me sitting here talking to you, you know. That why the hell not? That would be awesome. You know, My Father, the AI, you know, by Natalie, by Dr. Natalie, right? I'm going to warm this up. Don't nobody go nowhere. I swear, you'll hear me. You're right here. So I'm going to wait until my wife is up and about to put on the X-1 episode we have for today. And it's one of my favorites. Courtesy, the episode is just, it's one that I've heard a million times, and I love it. And I love the characters, and I love the story, the idea. And it really, really speaks to what's going on in the world today with Courtesy. One of the things that I really, really speak to on my show is acceptance and courtesy. Those are two main things that if everybody showed acceptance and courtesy to one another, a lot of problems would be solved, right? I mean, so many of our human issues would just fall by the roadside. Just be done, you know, and let's deal with the real, you know, be courteous to one another, right? Hey, are you okay? You need something? Can I help you? You got some food? You know, you look cold. Here's a jacket, you know. To me, that's being courteous, you know. You do unto others what you would want them to do unto you. That's it. It's the golden rule, baby. You know, that's courtesy. Acceptance speaks to, it doesn't matter who you are, what you look like, what your religion is, you know, what your whole trip is. You just accept it, you know. You accept people for who they are, what they are. It doesn't matter why. That's not your issue. That's their issue, you know. You just accept them. And be nice about it. Be courteous. That's it. If we all did that, you know, much of the world's problems would be done for, you know. So I'm gonna boot that show up in about 20 minutes or so. My alarm goes off in 10 to wake her up, and then I figure about 5 minutes after that, she'll be out milling around, getting coffee and eating. She's usually gone pretty quick because she likes to be out of here and over there to her friend's house pretty early. She's such a go-getter. You know, she's always moving and shaking and doing stuff out there in the world. Me, I'm tied here to this computer console, my editing suite. This is pretty much me. But if it wasn't for this, I'd be in bed all the time for no reason at all, right? Just sitting there, You know, if there's nothing on TV, well, fuck it, I'm going to go back to bed. Get up, eat, nothing on TV, I'm going to go back to bed. And I did that for decades. I don't want to do that no more. In fact, I'll get up here and do this instead, and it's more productive because I get out of my head, right? I'm out. I've always had this internal monologue, and to do this show, all I had to do was externalize it, just turn it on, you know. Instead of it going inside my head, it's coming out. That's it. That's all there is to it. Anybody can do it. You know, I didn't think that I was going to be able to do half as much of the crap as I've done. And every time I just kind of let something flow and happen, it leads to something else organic and something else creative. Oh, I think I got a dog over here.
Oh, buenos dias, chica.
Hey, I don't have to wake anybody up this morning.
I ain't gonna do it. People's waking up by themselves. I could turn my alarm off now. Hi, Big Bessie Face. She came in to say hi, 'cause she's awake now. Oh, you have such a cute little nose. You have such a cute little lip. Hi. Good morning. You slept with Natalie last night. What's up with that? Hi. Big Face. You have food and water. Let me know when you're ready to go out. Big Face. She's my Big Face. What do you yawn? Let's yawn. No? Bessie. Let's yawn. Come on, come on. You can do it. I know you want to. Stop fighting it. You're fighting it. You're so silly. Why are you fighting it, huh? Why are you fighting it? Why? Any other dog and I can get him to yawn like that, but you know, you get all nervous. You get all nervous and twitchy. And there she goes. Did you yawn? Big face Bessie. Big face Bessie. There you go. Get up in that chair. Get up. Get on up.
I think I need to vacuum. I think that was one of the things I've neglected to do when I was cleaning last week or over the weekend. I kind of like to do that once a week. You know, tidy this place up, dust, clean, vacuum, refresh, sanitize. Far out. I hear more dogs. More dogs. All right. Well, I think I'm going to play this radio show here soon. In fact, I'll do it now, and then I can get out and play with the dogs, and play with the wife, and play around in here. Okay, here is X-1. Let's pause it. And get it ready. Okay, people, here's X-1 from 1955.
Countdown for blast off. X-5, 4, 3, 2, X-1, fire. From the far horizons of the unknown come transcribed tales of new dimensions in time and space. These are stories of the future, adventures in which you'll live in 1,000,000 could-be years on 1,000 maybe worlds. The National Broadcasting Company, in cooperation with Street and Smith, publishers of astounding science fiction, presents
X minus 1.
Tonight's story, Courtesy. This is the story of the second expedition to the planet of Landro. I'm recording it for any future expeditions which might land on this godforsaken sphere, in the hope that they may learn from our tragic example. As I write, there are 2 of us left. 2 out of an original complement of 180 men. One of us, myself, will be dead in less than 23 minutes. As for the other, heaven have mercy on him, I do not know. On June 3rd, 1997, less than 2 months ago, the last of our supply ships blasted off from Lando for their return to Earth. After it had gone, I remember looking out across the plain at the dead city, one of thousands that dotted this planet. It had tall, graceful buildings, atomic power systems, vacuum conveyors, all perfect, all deserted, all ominous. How had it happened? The best guess was that the plague had frightened the original inhabitants of the planet so that they'd piled into rocket ships and headed for some distant planet. I often wondered why a civilization so advanced as Landro could not find a serum to beat the plague. It had taken our Earth doctors less than 6 months to develop an immunization method. Well, maybe those aborigines back in the hills knew the answer. That strange, ugly little people who had taken to the caves the day we landed. I was thinking these things when something happened that gave me the shock of my life.
Good evening, Captain.
Oh, what brings you here, Doctor?
It's the matter of the serum, sir.
Oh, what about the serum?
It's no good.
No good?
It's too old. 10 years too old.
Didn't you examine it?
Yes, I did, but, well, my eyesight has been failing lately.
Are you aware, Doctor, that the last supply ship has returned to Earth? Do you know we'll have no more contact for 2 years? Just, how long do you give us?
Well, the present immunity will last a week or so. Then, without booster shots, it's just a question of time until someone picks up the plague. After that...
What about the natives? They don't die from the plague?
The accepted theory is that they have developed an immunity.
Well, suppose they haven't developed an immunity, Doctor. Suppose they get the disease.
Then they must have a treatment for it. If they don't, there would be no natives.
Would you be willing to go on an expedition to the hills to find out?
At this point, Captain, I'd be willing to do anything. Absolutely anything. I am truly sorry.
You're sorry? Dr. Morgan, sometime when you aren't too busy, when you have a moment, I'd hate to inconvenience you. Would you mind telling me how it feels to murder 180 men? 181, including yourself. I did a lot of thinking after Dr. Morgan left my hut. It was still unreal for me. After all, the planning of an expedition was no simple thing. You put into it the result of years of training and experience, years of study at the academy, years of learning how to handle men and natives. Every man on my crew was hand-picked for his skill. And yet, a simple thing like a myopic surgeon misreading a label could blast the whole thing. Yes, it was a shame. And I did the only thing I could think of. I yelled for Bat Ears Brady. Brady! Get your carcass in here. Take the lead out.
Okay. Well, what's up?
Sit down, Bat Ears.
You got trouble, Kev?
We got trouble.
What?
The serum's no good.
What?
Morgan forgot to check it. It's 10 years too old.
Holy jumping snails. You're going to court-martial
That wouldn't do much good. We'll all be dead pretty soon unless somebody figures something out.
Well, what are you going to do, Kev?
Well, there's only one chance. One chance in 10 million.
What?
The natives.
Them cave rats.
What good can they do us?
They don't get the plague, so maybe they know a cure.
Okay. Let's get a few of them and beat it out of them.
That's why you're here.
Shoot.
How'd you like to come along on a little expedition up to the cave country? You, me, the doctor, and Faulkner.
Faulkner? Now, listen, Cap, he's worse than the doctor.
Yes, but he knows more about the native culture than anybody here. He's the only one who's completely familiar with the records of the first expedition.
Okay, so it's me, you, the doc, and Faulkner. When do we start?
Tonight, in half an hour. We should reach the cave country by tomorrow. With luck, we'll be able to find natives before night. Benny Faulkner was the expedition anthropologist. One of the most unfortunate-looking individuals I've ever met. An ugly man with large ears and a big nose. His body was small and consumptive, but he had a good brain. And he was the best anthropologist the Interplanet Institute could recommend. He and Dr. Morgan were the only two civilians on the expedition. We set out, and after several hours hard walking...
Cap.
Now, what is it?
Don't look now, but very slowly turn your eyes to the right and look behind that big yellow rock.
Okay.
You see anything?
No.
Well, keep looking. Don't stop walking or let on.
Okay.
There.
Yes, it looked like a shadow or something.
It's one of them gimpos. He's been following us now for almost an hour, dodging in and out behind the rocks. Shall I bring him in?
No, not yet. Just pretend you don't see him. Tell the others, if they notice, to show no fear. There's nothing will start these simple-minded cavemen like fear. The manual said, under no circumstances shall a member of the patrol display fear before a native. The dignity of the Earthman must be preserved at all costs. Just before dawn, we reached the cave country. We were tired and hungry, and we stopped to cook some food and rest. Everything was quiet. There was no sign of the gimpo which had been trailing us until...
Okay, get in there, you sneaking little monkey man. Come on, before I break this shovel on your stern.
Yeah, what's the trouble?
Cap, I caught me one of these gimpos sneaking around outside the tent.
Bring him in the light of the fire. We can get a look at him. Faulkner?
Yes, sir?
Keep an eye on him. Try to establish some communication.
All right, get in there.
Look out. No need to knock him down, Batty.
Oh, that's the only language they understand.
See if you can reach him, Faulkner.
Okay, Captain. I'll need a drum of some sort.
A what?
Well, they have no language as we know it, and they have a very rudimentary sense of hearing. I find they communicate with one another through a very primitive kind of vibration of the tongue. The closest I can come is a series of drum beats, a sort of Morse code. The psychologist on the first expedition had it worked out before he was killed by the plague. I've studied his notes, and I think it'll work.
You mean these little critters can talk to one another?
I believe they can. At any rate, we'll have a chance to find out. Do we have something I can use for a drum?
Here, take my water bottle.
Thank you, Doctor. Now, I'll tap it 3 times. That's a greeting of some sort.
Just a moment.
Yes, sir?
I don't want you treating this fellow like an equal. Don't give him the idea that we're desperate. Once they sense that, you're lost.
I have to communicate with him, sir.
Now, just bear in mind what I said. Dignity.
Yes, sir. I'll do my best, sir.
It was a strange sight. On one side of the water bottle crouched little Benny Faulkner, looking for all the world like a human spider. Across from him crouched the Landrian, a humpbacked, gray little creature with an enormous head and those huge, soft lavender eyes. Every few moments, one would stop the strange tattoo of communication, and the other would take it up. I'm setting forth in this narrative the most vital part of their conversation, as Benny Faulkner later transcribed it from the best of his memory. Benny asked, "Why were your cities abandoned? Was it the plague?" The native said yes. Benny said, "Do you still fear the plague?" The native answered yes. "Do any of your people become afflicted?" The answer was some. "How do you treat them?" Silence. "How can we find a cure for the plague?" More silence. Then the native said, "Go among my people." Benny asked, "Will we find the answer among your people?" And the native replied, "My people have the answer." Benny said, "Will you tell me the answer?" The native repeated, "Go among my people." As far as the Landrian was concerned, the conversation was ended. He rose to go, and Faulkner stepped from his path, but Brady was there to ensure the bet.
Hold on there, bucko. You ain't going no place.
Don't maltreat him, Brady. What did he say, Benny?
He says his people have the answer.
What do you think?
There may be some truth in it. He says some of his people still get the plague.
That must mean it isn't a question of immunity. They must have a cure.
Well, he wasn't clear on that.
Then they must have a vaccine to keep it from spreading.
Does he know?
His answer is for us to go among his people.
Well, that leaves it up to us. The first level of caves is on top of that cliff about a mile ahead.
It's a trap. I'll bet my last dollar on it.
Well, maybe not. And we'll have to risk it.
Wait.
Well?
Let me go. I got you all into this.
But how will you talk?
Benny here can give me enough of the code so I can ask the big question.
You understand that they might just decide to cut your throat?
I'm fully aware of the risk.
All right, Doctor. You go ahead. We'll wait at the foot of the cliff. If you aren't back down in 3 hours, we'll come up after you.
What about the Gimpo here?
We'll hold him as a hostage to ensure the doctor's safety. If the doc comes back, all right, we'll let him go. If not, well, that's your job, Brady.
A pleasure.
It took Dr. Morgan about an hour to pick his way up the side of the cliff to the first of the openings where the Landrians lived. He waved to us before he entered the mouth of the cave, and we waved back. Then we settled down to wait. It was a long, long wait.
Eight o'clock. He's been up there more than 3 hours, Cap.
We'll give him a little more time.
It's getting colder.
Let's keep that fire going.
How much longer are you going to wait, Cap?
Oh, we've got lots of time.
You'd think we'd have heard of something by now if they was going to knock him off, I mean.
No, not necessarily. Wait. Look, up on the cliff.
That's him, all right. Hey, what's he running for?
I don't know. He looks scared.
That crazy fool, if he don't look out...
Doctor! Dr. Morgan, look out! Look out! We found the doctor at the foot of the cliff, crumpled and broken. There were no marks on his body, nothing except a twisted, mocking grin on his face. Oh, yes, and one other thing. Scrawled across the pad he had taken with him on which to make notes concerning the answer was a single word. The word was courtesy. We threw the paper away. The expedition was a failure, though Bat Ears claimed he'd get it out of the Gimpo if I'd let him. I nodded in agreement. Bat Ears took the little native off behind an outcropping of rock. He was back in 15 minutes, dripping with sweat. Well?
Let's go, Cap.
Nothing, huh?
But nothing.
Is he,
They ain't made very good, these little gray people. They come apart too easy, so... Let's go, huh, Cap?
All right. Benny... Benny, what is it?
I feel kind of sick. All of a sudden, in the back of my head, a dull kind of pain.
Let me see your tongue. Come on, give him a hand, Bat Ears. We've got to get him back to camp.
What is it?
I'm not sure, but that blackness on the tongue and the headache, it could be the plague. By the time we got Benny Faulkner back to camp, he had the red spots on his body, and then the fever began to rage. It was the plague, no mistake about it. Before morning, Collins, the supply sergeant, had it. Then it was Peabody. After that, the men went down like 10 pins. Then one morning, Bat Ears Brady dragged himself into my tent and sat down. The lines in his face told me the end was coming pretty fast. Sit down, Brady. Well, what's the count?
6 left. We buried the chaplain today. Got anything to drink?
Sorry, I'm all out.
How about a cigarette, then? You got a cigarette?
Yeah, sure. How's Faulkner?
I don't get it. He's still alive.
Still alive?
Yep. In fact, he's getting better. He's sitting up.
Holy mackerel.
Oh, this is a good cigarette.
It's like any other.
No. This one's different, Cap. This is my last.
What do you mean, Brady?
Take a look at my tongue. See? Little black spots.
Somehow I managed to get him into bed. He was already raving when I gave him the last of the morphine. It was incredible. Big, brawling, bat ears Brady, a tower of strength, lying sick and whimpering on a cot. When he died, I went out on the moors to think. The sun was a dull red glow. Cold breeze whipped up. But somehow I couldn't forget Faulkner. Why should Faulkner recover from a plague from which no man has ever recovered? Surely there must be a reason. Nothing happened without a reason. I turned and went back to see Benny Faulkner.
Hello, Captain.
Hello, Benny. How are you?
Pretty good. I got up and walked a couple of steps today. How goes it?
Brady's gone. Oh. I just buried him. Listen, Benny, there must be some reason why...
Well, there's nothing strange about me, nothing different from any other man.
There must be. You survived the virus. Oh. Benny, I want you to tell me everything you know about yourself, everything you can remember. Because somewhere in your makeup is some little thing that makes the difference. If I can find that thing, then maybe I can do something to save myself and the rest. Even if I can't, at least I can leave a record for any future expedition that comes to Landro. Okay?
Okay, Captain. Where should I start?
At the beginning. I'm going to take notes.
Well, I was born on the 2nd of July in 1971. My parents were ordinary people. My father was... Look, Captain, I've told you everything I can remember. 3 days now you've gone over me, pawed me, questioned me. What else can I tell you?
Benny, let's go over that last part once again.
Where should I start?
Take it from where the native started to walk away. You stepped out of his path, and Brady grabbed him.
Okay, so I stepped out of his path.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Why did you step out of his path?
Why not? Courtesy, I guess. What's the matter?
Courtesy. That's the word that Dr. Morgan had scrawled in his notebook.
Well, I don't see that...
I don't either. Tell me, Benny, why should you want to be courteous to a native?
Why not?
What about maintaining your own dignity?
Are you talking about dignity or arrogance?
I don't know. Benny, listen, maybe we were all wet in our deductions. Maybe these cities here on Landro weren't deserted centuries ago. Maybe these little people up in the caves are the same people who used to live in those big cities.
Why would they leave?
Maybe they found out the big cities weren't the answer. Maybe they found out that civilization doesn't necessarily bring happiness. So they just packed up and left, returned to the simple life.
No, it doesn't make sense. You're forgetting the plague.
What is the plague, Benny?
Well, I don't know.
Is it a virus?
I don't think they ever found out.
You know what I think?
What?
I think the plague is nothing more than what we know as greed and arrogance.
Captain, you're going off your rocker.
I think maybe we're in line to die. Serum was good. In fact, I don't think the serum had anything to do with it.
Oh, I never heard anything as crazy, fantastic in my life.
No? Well, I think I'll go back to my tent and finish writing the report. I am beginning to sweat a little.
Captain, maybe it isn't the plague.
It is. I've seen it too many times to kid myself about it.
Maybe hot compresses or something.
No, Benny.
Listen, Captain, you don't believe that junk about courtesy, do you? I mean, that's a lot of nonsense. You must know that. Holy mackerel, Captain. You do believe it, don't you?
Good night, Benny. I think I'd like to be alone for a while.
Okay. Good night, Captain.
Maybe the supply ship will be early. You can probably stick it out.
Sure. Good night, Captain.
And this concludes my report. I'm turning it over to Benny Faulkner in the hopes that he will be able to transmit it to any other expedition commander who contemplates exploring the planet of Landro. The fever is beginning to mount now. My hands tremble as I write. The end should not be far off. There's little question in my mind as to what it'll be. You see, I didn't have a chance. I stepped out of no paths. I showed no courtesy.
You have just heard X-1, presented by the National Broadcasting Company in cooperation with Street and Smith, publishers of astounding science fiction. Tonight, by transcription, X-1 has brought you Courtesy, adapted for radio by George Lefferts from the story by Clifford Simad. Featured in the cast were Brett Morrison as Captain Ira Warren, Arnold Robertson as Bat-Ears Brady, Edwin Jerome as Dr. Morgan, and Bill Griffiths as Benny Faulkner. Your announcer, Fred Collins. X-1 was directed by Ken McGregor and is an NBC Radio Network production. And now, next week, the frontier is a strange place, and a frontier is not always easy to recognize. It may lie on the other side of a simple door marked No Admittance, but it is always deadly dangerous. What happens when an innocent girl ignores a single regulation? You will find out next week at X-1.
When you buy United States savings bonds, you help to build your own future security. Here's an opportunity to save systematically for long-range personal objectives. And with their increased yield and other improvements, U.S. savings bonds are a better investment than ever before.
No way. Yeah, so that is one of my favorite episodes of X-1, right? I mean, well, where discourteousness, it treats you like a disease and it kills you. Be nice or you'll die. That's heavy shit. That's heavy shit. If something like that were to happen now, all of a sudden, it just hits everybody, and they don't know why they're dying, but that's the reason. It would kill a lot of people. It really would. A lot of people would be dying off left and right. Because we got a lot of discourteous people out there. There's a lot of assholes at Walmart. You know, I guess they can't help it. You know, it's not their fault. You know, society made me this way. I'm just a product of my environment. You have to love me and hate me at the same time. I think you're all whacked in the fucking head, actually. Whack-a-doodle in the noodle. Whack-a-doodle in the noodle. So what's going on tomorrow, you ask, here at after 7 a.m., the 5th of June, 2024? Well, I'll tell you what's going on tomorrow. Absolutely nothing. No, I jest. Tomorrow is Throwback Thursday, and we're going to be taking a look at some local talent from the past and little bits and pieces of past events that I have been to. So that should be fun. We're not going to fill the whole 3 hours with it, but we're just going to kind of poke around, see what files I've got on hand that we can kind of look at. And we'll look at some raw video, and we'll look at some edited video. I like to save most of the edited videos for a Sunday edition, but we'll look at some stuff that I've got in my playlists, and we'll look at some stuff here that I've got on my computer that I haven't turned into videos yet. So that'll be neat. Some raw footage. I got a lot of that. I got tons of raw footage. What I don't have is time to edit raw footage, right? Rough footage. Rough. Hi, dog. Hi, Sam. Here, boy. No. Not a chance, huh? They're camera shy. That's it. That's the ticket. But you guys don't drink coffee. That's what she's got. You don't want coffee. You want to come say hi? Come say good morning, Sam? Come say good morning. He stretches at me. That's his saying good morning. Stretch. Hi there. Floppy ears. Floppy ears. You're so cute. Yes. You're such an adorable little guy. Good morning, Sam. Good morning. Your head is warm. You've been thinking too much? Have you been thinking too much? Oh, Sam. He's a thinker. He's a thinker. Let me reboot my comments here. I don't want to miss anything, even though there's nothing to miss. I'm here this morning with me, myself, and I, once again. But that's cool. I can dig it. This is for me. If it happens to entertain you, then it does, but this is for me. Yeah, I'm wiped out. It's been a hell of a couple of weeks, and it has really started to catch up with me. I think I need to crash and burn for a long sleep. We have Old Time Radio Wednesday this evening on Nighttime Nonsense and Nostalgia. And maybe perhaps at some point we will carry some of the daytime programming into the evening, i.e. Monday Movie Memories, Totally Television Tuesdays, Old Time Radio Wednesdays. We did have movies back in the 20s and 30s and before that. So if I can dig up some old film stuff that we're allowed to view, I think I'll do that. Some old Cab Calloway, Popeye, Betty Boop, some early silent stuff. I'll try to dig something up, whether I upload it or just share it over from another YouTuber. We'll try to bring some more content. Content? We'll try to bring us some more content. Hey, are you content? No, I'm content. Are you content? Totally. My coffee's just about done, and I'm not going to get any more. As I informed my wife, I'm done, baby. I can't do any more. If I do more, it's not going to do anything to me, so why torture myself with it? I'll just finish this off. Enjoy the last few swallows, and then get ready to tuck myself into bed. I did get into bed slightly early last night. I was in bed before midnight, which is good. Before 11, I think. Yeah. Before 11, but I didn't get to sleep until almost midnight. And then, of course, I was up, I think, twice, 2 or 3 times at least. And while I can usually get back to sleep in about 10 or 15 minutes, it's still a pain. It's still a bummer. Oh, what I would give to just be able to sleep through the entire evening, right? Yeah, I should be so lucky. I really should. Please. I should be so lucky, but I'm not. Yeah, just watching the goings on here with my incense and one of those little, which is the theme, which is why I wore this shirt. Last night I had a lot of technological, right, and then there was that was, you know, oh, see that. I've got my incense here, hoping that they will fall prey to it and go away. I changed the sticky film on my bug light. That helps. I think I'm gonna get some of them little sticky things that you pull and they hang down. You know, those little sticky things that get in your hair when you walk by. I like to hang them way off in a corner somewhere by a light where they're attracted, but you can't get close to get in trouble with it, you know. So there's that. Let's see. Once again, I've just kind of been sitting here doing Old Time Radio Wednesday, discussing the telethon and all of that went on, and it wound up being six parts, I believe. I believe it was 6 parts plus a part B of a 6-part thing. I'll have to check here, because you know, my memory sucks, and I can't remember, well, from moment to moment, really. Let's go live here and see what the live here. Yeah, it was a part 7, and it wound up being 15 minutes long. It wound up being 15 minutes long to wrap up the end of the finale. I had technical difficulties cut me off at an hour and a half into my 2-hour finale, and it took me 15 minutes to get back, and then I just did the last drawing, and that was it. But I did go ahead and make a video of the actual drawings and upload those, so that's cool, and you can view that. You can just find it in my videos. It's just right there in my videos. It's just right there. 100 subscriber telethon drawing contest winners. That's it. It's me pulling stuff out of a bucket. It's just a bucket of stuff. Bucket of suds. Bucket of suds. That's great, man. That's awesome. Awesome sauce. Bucket of suds. That's... My father told me that his father, when his father was a little child, he used to get sent down to the bar with a bucket, and he would be responsible for bringing home a bucket of suds, a bucket of beer. And beer back then was more of a food. It was a staple. People drank beer instead of water because water could make you sick, whereas beer was fortifying, and it was good for you, and it was because the water had been boiled and cooked so much that it cooked all of the bad stuff out of it, right? So everybody drank beer, even the kids. A lot of the beers that were drank in families were non-alcoholic beers, O'Doul type stuff. So it was okay for a 5-year-old kid to go down to the bar with a big bucket and get a bucket of suds, right? there's a little knowledge for you to partake in there. There you go. Oh, the last of the coffee here. We got a few more swallows. Ow! That's good stuff right there. Good stuff. So congratulations are in order to the two winners of the drawing. My sister Brandy, who knew. Right. Well, she was one of 4 people who actually typed in drawing into the comments. Right at the end, just before I did the drawing, Henry signed in just before I went dead. And then, so there were 4 names in that drawing, and my sister won that one. That's pretty cool. And then the first drawing that was filled with over 80 names of people from my friends and family list on Facebook, and the subscribers that I could see on YouTube. Not everybody makes their stuff visible, so there's that. So the winner of that one was Charlene. Yay, up in Oregon. Kamala's mom. So that's pretty cool. I'm excited about that. I can't wait to put together those little gift packs. And I am going to have to get out at some point this week, now that all of this is settled down, and get some boxes and start packing stuff up, baby. I got to get out to my storage trailer and dig through some boxes of goodies, because I got lots of goodies. Lots. And then lots more in my storage shed, where I keep a lot of my goodies. And then I got a lot of goodies in here, and I can't wait to share my goodies with people. Gosh. Yeah, lots going on, people. Lots going on. I get in these moments where I go into deep thought about something, and it looks like the screen freezes, and it's just me being lost in a moment. Sometimes I'm lost in a moment way a long time ago, and usually lately I'm lost in the now, kind of reflecting onto something that's going on, but yeah, there's a lot going on. This channel keeps doing more. Well, this morning's show is more about me just kind of hanging out and rapping. The ideas are brewing, and the creative juices are flowing. I'm not gonna be here Monday evening. I am going to be at a concert with my daughter. Yes, we're going out to another show, 3 weeks in a row. And this is Motion City Soundtrack out in L.A. Speaking of out in L.A., yesterday I heard that Lucas Nelson and Promise of the Real are going on a hiatus for a while. After 15 years of making music together, they're gonna settle down and get into their own thing for a while and take a break from touring together. And I just want to offer up my thanks. Thank you so much for the records and the live shows, the music, the entertainment. It's been awesome. I feel privileged to have seen you live twice, and have had the awesome privilege of introducing you to other people. And if it wasn't for my daughter pulling me back into the music thing, I never would have found out about Lucas Nelson, or even got into buying the music, or even going to a show. I mean, that. Thank you, daughter. Thanks, daughter. It's awesome sauce. All right, here it goes. Last swallow.
That's it. She's all done. I said, boys, they lit the house. So, I still haven't figured out how to use my iPhone, the hand-me-down iPhone from my daughter. I'm not into getting new phone technology. To me, a phone is a phone. You know, it's neat to be able to do map stuff and social media and internet and that kind of shit, but a phone's a phone. I mean, so it's hard for me to get into the new rhythm of how to work things, how to do things. She's like, oh, just tap on the screen and it opens up, you know, and I'm already used to the Android, you know, 5-year-old frickin' phone that I'm using that was a hand-me-down from my wife. So, yeah, getting into a new phone is really, really hard. It just pretty much just sits here. It's been sitting over here plugged in for a couple of days. I need to go through and do I need to finish the setup, right, while it's still available. So I need to finish the setup on it, try to get my apps installed. I only use a couple of apps, right? YouTube and Facebook mainly. I'd like to stick to that on there. For a while, I'm going to be taking both phones with me because I like to be able to have something going on one and then something going on the other. Right? So at home, I'm going to be using this older phone here for a long time until it decides to quit or shit, right? And then this new phone, which is a couple of years old, but it's an iPhone, it should be with me for a couple of years. And then if I'm lucky enough to get my daughter's computer as a hand-me-down, then it'll hook with this. And then I can have a whole nother area of video and stuff going on. Won't that be neat? I can't wait for that. That'll probably happen sometime this summer or at the end of the summer when she gets into a new computer. No rush, right? I have so much technology to learn right now. I need to focus on this audio video mixer and the OBS program. Those are two things that I really know very little about. You know, when I run into issues, I have to run crying to the chat line and say, here's my problem, fix it for me. And lately, what I do is I imagine myself going to the chat line and then imagine what they would say and then going back and trying that first. And then if that doesn't work, then actually going to the chat line. But I have to try to think it out, you know. I got to try to cogitate some kind of understanding of what the hell's going on, or I'm always going to be lost, right? I'm always going to fucking be lost, and I don't want to be there. I don't want to be lost all the time. I want to be able to fix this shit on my own once in a while. When it's something that's staring me right in the face. Like last night, I have no idea why I kept losing frames and my speed kept slowing down, other than my network out here in this area was just overrun with people on their phones and the internet and stuff, right? That has to be it. We don't have great service out here. I imagine slow service was probably a major contribution to my technical failures the last couple of shows. What are you going to do? You know, this is not $1 million setup here. I got a couple of $100 involved in this shit here. That's about it. And even that was like pulling teeth. You know, I think the biggest thing is this new computer got here that I'm still making payments on. I think I'm done with the payments, maybe. I don't think I'm going to get better internet service, right? I don't think it's in the budget. It's just not. And that's, you know, that's okay. It is what it is. What are you going to do? Huh?
I mean, if I had a faster internet service, that might help when the network is just completely overrun. And another contributing factor to the network being overrun is the influx of tourism. There are so many people that come into the town, and they're sucking up our Wi-Fi, man. They're sucking up our signals, man. Turn them off, man. Don't let them use the towers. Say no. No, really. That probably has a lot to do with the shitty signal. There's just no signal left. They're all eating it up, man. Yeah. There you go. So Big Dog here, she slept in my daughter's room most of the night. I don't know why. She doesn't usually. She's got her own bed in there. So, ooh, look at my belly. Stop, look at my belly. Yeah, old guy's scratching his belly in the morning. What am I gonna not scratch my belly in the morning? It's morning time. You're lucky I'm not scratching my ass. Boy, she is sleeping hard. I wish I could sleep like her. She's gotta sleep, I'm gonna say, 16 hours a day, minimum. She's just out. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna, at some point, once I get my head out of my sleepy ass, I am going to hook up a couple of USB cams around the room so that I can turn on some different angles and say, look at this, here's a floor cam so you can see the dogs, right? Here's this side of the room, right? And they'll just be kind of cheat cams where I run a USB into my camera recorder here, my webcam recorder, and then bring that up onto a screen and then shoot that over. So it'll kind of look a little weird. In fact, let me give you an idea of what the screen will look like when I bring you a webcam view. Here we go. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Can I make it full screen? Can I make it full screen? I can't. I cannot make it full screen. So I'm gonna go back here. Can I do that? Brightness. Right. Okay. That's it. That's it. So okay. So here we go. There's a webcam. All right. So this is where I did the drawing video, right? So as you can see, it's kind of a just a screen of my desktop here. That's it. So what I can do is I can put a bunch of these cameras around the room and every once in a while pop into this. And at some point I'll make some graphics that go around and encompass this so that it doesn't look like this but has a frame around it, like ivy leaves or maybe the outline of a television, so we're looking at a TV. Who knows? Technology. I'm just figuring this out, so maybe I can get something, something cool out of this and get a bunch of different camera angles in here. I still have one camera left to work out for this room here, and then, anything's possible. At some point I might do a sunrise cam. I'm going to be doing a map on my cork board in the room, and I might put a camera on that so that on occasion I can go to that camera and we can look at my map. And my intention is to put pins in the world map where I have friends and family and subscribers, color-coded, people who have won contests, pictures of people with a string going down to their location. I think that would be really, really neat. Of course, somebody would look at it and go, what's this guy, some kind of conspiracy theorist guy? Or these alien encounters? What the hell's all this shit about? But I just think it would be really neat to make that connection, right? Give me that. Give me that. So there's that. All right, got about a half hour left. And then I can take my leave. I haven't decided what we're going to play for next Wednesday. I imagine I'm going to cut it down to 3 shows per week, maybe. I'll probably make 4 shows, upload 4 shows, and then if I have time, play all 4 shows. For Movie Monday Memories, I have something in mind. I'm going to have to upload it and see if I get the okay. Same thing for Tuesday. I have something great in mind. I'm just going to have to get the okay from YouTube. So that should be way cool if that works. So next week we'll find out over the weekend what's going on, and I'll put together a weekly programming. But Thursday and Friday next week, I have no idea. People should send in suggestions. Now, if my sister wants to show up on Thursday morning early, we can spend the whole morning looking through slides, photos, and whatever I got that she hasn't seen. And that'll be neat. That'll be totally cool. And then, of course, on Fridays, you know, right back to Elsinore and more of the hometown madness, right? This coffee didn't do anything to me. Made my heart race a little bit, but my head is gone. I am asleep. I am asleep at the wheel, right? Oh, yeah. It was really cool with that episode of That's Incredible yesterday. If you get a chance, watch it again in the playlist. You know, the fact that the skydiving took place in Lake Elsinore, California, and there was a Lake Elsinore police officer right there putting the handcuffs on this fool. I mean, it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. Right out there at the old airport. Bye, sweetie. Love you. Have a good day. Be careful. Drive safe. Call me. We'll do lunch. Mwah, mwah. She's like, right? I couldn't help it. I'm slightly superstitious. I gotta say the same things, feel the same emotions every, you know, I may say the same things every day, but there's a lot of emotion behind the things that I say, so I want to make sure to stay connected to my family. It's just the way it is. So we got less than a half an hour left in the show. I'm pretty tore up. My eyeballs are squeaky, as you can hear, and I'm just exhausted. Last couple of weeks has taken so much out of me. By the time I get recovered from what's been happening the last couple of weeks, I'm going to be going right back out again. And then I'll have a whole week to try to recover from that, and then go out and work on the weekends, you know. Scrub toilets, scrub floors, clean counters, that kind of stuff. My wife does the beds and laundry. We split the floors. We split the windows. But I do bathrooms and kitchens, living rooms, dining rooms, pretty much everything but the bedrooms. I'm not one for making beds because of the amount of stretching out long in order to put the sheets on and straighten things up. That I'd rather just kind of bend over quick and do a scrub in a toilet, or bend over into a cabinet to put something away. That bed making wipes me out, destroys me instantly. There goes the light reflection of my wife pulling away. Here she goes, off to go play with some friends. And I am going to hang out for another 20 minutes or so, and then go to bed, because I can't take any more. I can't. This coffee didn't do anything to me. It didn't wake me up, you know. The good old Mary Jane has kind of helped separate me from some of this pain, but with the lack of sleep, there's just no getting around it. I'm just dying here. I'm dying here. I'm dying. I'm dying. It's killing me. It's painful. I'm dying. No, really, I love it. I love this job. I love the pain. Pain. The pain. Pain. Ladies and gentlemen, live from the Elsinore Brothers studio in beautiful downtown Joshua Tree, California. Pain. That's me, baby. Oh, I can feel it. I did an awful lot of talking yesterday. I've been feeling it all all morning. Right? I may have to take some vitamin C and some echinacea with golden seal, and do some what do they call that stuff? Some of that root. Gotta do some of that root. Rootin' tootin'. Rooty-tooty-too. Yeah, man, I am out of it. I am so out of it. I'm spun, man. I'm like, well, let's just face it, man. I'm just gone, man. It's fucking wasted. No, really. I'm just tired. I'm really exhausted. I'm hoping for a really, really good long daytime nap. My daughter will usually sleep till 1 or 2 because she's up late on her. She's still on her school schedule. She does most of her homework at night when she's in school. After we're asleep, basically. I mean, sometimes I would get up at 4 in the morning to get ready to get on the radio, and she'd still be up doing homework or just going to sleep. You know, she's just a trooper. So, and my wife, she'll be gone till at least noon, maybe longer. So I'm gonna turn the phones off and I'm gonna go lay down. That's it. She should be to her friend's house in about 10 minutes. And if I don't hear from her by 8, I won't hear from her until at least noon. And hopefully, she will just come in and let me sleep until 2 or 3. If I can get in 6 hours today, man, that would so catch me up. Of course, you know, I have to factor in going pee-pee. So I'm probably going to set my alarm for 3. That'll give me an hour to download some music over here and have something to listen to tonight that's a little new and different. It's Old Time Radio Wednesday, so I might try to find some more crazy water crystals. That's fun stuff. That's a fun show right there. Kind of a country jamboree, you know, kind of an early style hee-haw type show, and I believe that show came from the 50s or 60s. Do I remember what it said? Does I? Let me go here to my Crazy Water Crystals Jamboree episode 5. Didn't say what year. Doesn't say. Dang it, I didn't put it. But it's a fun show. And while I have like 9 songs there, I've got 57 songs there in my used material file and 26 in my favorites file, right? So that's almost 100 items. So I need to boost that up, and I need to find some more commercials, some more old-time radio commercials. I like the ones from the 30s and 40s, but mainly I like the ones from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, which would be more like the commercials that would have been on had my father been doing the show, right? Back then, his commercials would have been more from the 70s and 80s. So I'm akin to those. I love those Walmart. I love those McDonald's commercials. Those are great. Those are radio advertisements, the radio news. I really need to find some more of that radio, old-time radio news stuff. And then I'm going to have to find some news that happened back then, and then create little short radio news snippets. Find some teletype noise. Find a ding-ding-ding news chime. Try to come up with a good, you know, COWVG radio, Crazy Old Weird Bearded Guy, COWGB radio. It's kind of a mouthful, so, you know, help me, people. Help me to come up with a call sign for my radio. A radio station here. If this was a radio station, what would my radio call sign be, right? K Weird, WRD, K Weird, or WYRD, Weird. Is that it? WYRD, Weird, Weird Radio. I don't know. The letters don't mean anything. So that, I don't know. K Weird. Weird Radio? Because the W is a there's a K's and there's a W's. I don't know. Talk to me, people. Help me out. What do you think? Weird Radio or K Weird? WRD. KWRD. KWRD Radio. KWRD. K Weird. That's more like word. Right? But weird. WIRD. WYRD. WYRD. Weird. Weird Radio. WYRD. I don't know. That sounds easier than COWBG. Right? K-Weird. No. Weird Radio. W-Y-R-D. Weird Radio. We're going to have to work on that. Okay, so let's see about... see what it looks like written down. W-Y-R-D. Weird Radio. Okay. Let's work on that. Let's mull that over. Let's mush that around in the old brain here. We're going to find more news. I want to find some like Sears, J.C. Penney, Mervyn's, right? Mervyn's, right? Mervyn's. Some old radio stuff from the 80s and 70s, stuff that's not around anymore. Yeah, so I'm going to have to give myself some time today to get on the internet and do some search in, and downloading, and try to come up with some more content. Because over the weekend I was focused on getting these shows together, preparing for the telethon, which was actually kind of fun for its first incarnation. I can't wait until the 500 subscriber telethon. That should be immense, right? Set up a whole party, live event, live music, balloons, a cake with a big 500 on top, right? That'd be awesome sauce. Yeah. I mean, to have 500 friends hanging out on occasion, 500 people interested, 500 weirdos, and that's neat. That's awe-inspiring to think of, you know. It really is. So we have taken, well, mostly I've taken and snipped all of the flower tops off of the bouquets from my daughter's graduation bouquets, right? So I snipped them all off and chucked them into a paper bag. They really smell good. My plan is to create a potpourri out of it all and give it to my daughter to put in her drawer. Because potpourris are, maybe I'll make a couple of little potpourris. So I need to find some lace material or some like nylon stocking material or something. That's the easiest thing. Just jam some in, tie it off, chuck it in the drawer. But something so the aroma can permeate. You know, that's awesome. And then you get more life out of those flowers. You know. The other thing to do would be to put them in one of those bottles of the stuff that you then take the liquid and then burn the liquid. What is that? That aromatherapy stuff, right? That's pretty cool. Or take the petals when they're still kind of fresh and submerge them into clear oil and then put them into a jar and put them up on a shelf with a little pretty bow around them. And that's cool too. That'll preserve them. That's pretty. pretty cool, man. So, wow, I want to thank you for the 115 subscribers. I'm averaging a subscriber a day, and I'm so privileged to have this many new friends. It's awesome. I have more of a subscriber count than I do friends on Facebook now, and that's really cool, because a lot of the people on YouTube are separate from my list on Facebook, so they're actually new friends. And I've had the pleasure and opportunity of meeting quite a lot of you through the comments, whether during the live show or when you watch the video. And I'm getting a lot of positive response from the Grateful Dead. I'm getting new subscribers and comments and positivity, which is really cool, because that's what I always got out of a Grateful Dead show, was that sense of community. And that's promising and uplifting and fulfilling and gratifying too. I mean, it's just awesome. Everything that's happened on this YouTube channel has just been really positive. I've had a few setbacks with technical difficulties and uploading wrong content, and you know, trouble doing trying to pick the right venue for live stuff. But other than that, it's been such a help, personally, socially, mentally, emotionally. It's just been awesome. You know, it has really helped me with my family life too. You know, it's kept me out of that depressive state that I'm always in. Kept me out of bed. You know, can't ask for more than that. So be sure to tune in this evening for Nighttime Nonsense and Nostalgia. And I'm going to scour the internet to find some more goodies for you, and we'll listen to some of our favorites. I am going to end the show shortly, and I'm going to start with the 100 subscriber winners, and then we're going to go into the weekly programming, and then we're going to close the show with the closing. So I'm going to see if I can get my computer to play all of these at once from the desktop. And let's see if this will work. If I click on all three of them and then open up and play with Media Player. All right, people, so this is an experiment. Hopefully these will all three play at once and roll me out of the show. Love you all so much. Stay good to each other. Peace, love, and as always, stay weird. Okay? Let me get this setting up here. There we go. All right. Thank you, guys. I'll see you tonight. Bye. All right, crazy old weird bearded guy here, joining you from my computer and live, and we are going to be drawing some names. We are going to draw the first name for this evening's drawings, and this is all of the names from my Facebook friends list and all of the subscribers that I can see on YouTube. Okay, so I'm going to reach up and I'm going to reach in and grab a big handful of these things, and I'm going to let them spill out of my fingers, and I am going to grab a hold of the one that stays in my hand, and I got one. And what does it say? Charlene Randall. Oh my gosh, that's Kamala's mom. Yay, Charlene, you won. So I will be talking to you in Messenger to find out. I think I got an idea of what you're going to like. But I've got some ideas, and I will talk to you. And gosh, thanks for being a friend.
Okay, people, this is it. I'm doing the final drawing. This is the comment drawing, okay? And I just want to let you know how this is going to be. There's 4 names in here, all right? 4 names. I'm going to pull one of these names out, and that's our winner for the comment drawing, okay? So let me pull this up over my head here. Let me see if I've got all of them in my hand. I believe I do. 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's 1. I got 1 in my hand here, and this is it. And this is, look at that. Aha, it's Brandy won. Isn't that special? There you go. I kind of wanted her to win. So there you go. I didn't cheat, I swear. There's other names in there. If you've been watching the show, you know that's the fact. Jack. Thank you for playing. That's it, people. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.